かに
Okie dokie, fingers crossed that should all be working. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Sleepy Monster, welcome. Alright. Audio seems to be working, so fingers crossed. Usually, the capture card crashes a little bit at the beginning of the stream while it wakes up. But fingers crossed it'll be fine this time. So where were we up to last time? Oh, that's right. So we started Orlok's route last week. He kidnapped us, as is the classic in the Otome genre. Sister Sophia tried to stop him from kidnapping us, at which point he actually knocked her out, which is, you know, an interesting way to try and endear yourself to your prospective girlfriend's mother figure. But anyway. Then there was like a bit of a... There was like a gunfight, except Orlok has a knife, and yet somehow he owned everybody. Except Nicola. Nicola seemed to put up a little bit of a fight for him, so we'll see what happens next. Because, yeah, I was saying on Discord that, and on Patreon as well, I was talking about this. Everyone who I've listened to who's talked about Orlok has either really loved him, or they found his route boring. But I haven't found his route boring yet. It's had way more action in the, like, opening chapter than Dante had for, like, the first 6 chapters. So maybe it'll start to, like, chill out now. I'm not sure. Anyway, I love our bedroom in the Lao Shu, honestly. Getting kidnapped isn't that bad, apparently. So the next morning, Orlok... So this is after the day where we went back to the church to visit Sister Sophia and, say hi to everyone. And Sister Sophia just forgave him as well, which is, you know, interesting, but as someone pointed out, she turned the other cheek, quite literally. And now we're back with the Lao Shu because we basically said to Sister Sophia, look, I know it looks bad, but trust us. This is the... Even though it doesn't sound like it, the Lao Shu is apparently the safest place for me to be right now.
Ohayo.
And look at how cute he is. This guy can't do anything wrong. Good morning, Orlok.
今日も教会に行く?
Huh? I didn't expect him to say that to me. I stuttered, looking for words. Can I go?
あなたが行きたいなら.
Oh, and we had this whole, like, bonding moment where, like, the Lao Shu aren't Christian, so we felt really out of place, but Orlok and Lily are both very Christian, so they, like, bonded over their sort of feeling out of place and similar values. It didn't seem like he was all that willing, but... Oh, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but on my overlay today, I have a little hot chocolate instead of bubble tea, because that is the traditional Piofiore drink, and I have a hot chocolate IRL as well. I'm still happy that he gave me the option. But I recalled what he said yesterday. I'd better ask, just in case. Orlok, I recall you telling me something when we went to the church before. Oh, and we also had a super cute CG scene where he was playing with the kids. But, like, absolutely destroying them. Like, he wasn't holding back. He clearly has some sort of supernatural strength, and instead of, like, holding back and just having fun playing, like, ball games with the kids, he was, like, obliterating them. That it wasn't a good idea to be going out, right?
良くないけど。あなたに不自由させるのも良くないから。
I appreciate that he's recognizing this because in Dante's route, it took him a long time to realize that maybe being cooped up inside his mansion wasn't the best thing for us. Thank you, Orlok. Plus, I'm pretty sure Orlok can protect us no matter what situation we're in. I really appreciated his considerate reply. I also love that every guy, like all the other love interests in this game, are wearing like dapper suits, and then there's just Orlok in a hoodie. Moving between Veleno and the church. We had been travelling between the two districts daily. Okay, so we're time skipping a little bit. Somehow, I grew accustomed to it. It didn't feel dangerous at all, to be honest.
So
we're getting into a bit of a daily routine of just like, I mean, are we still having breakfast with the Lao Shu? Because that was a whole thing in the beginning. And then going to church. He came every morning to ask. I nodded as usual, then hesitantly began to speak. We've been going back and forth between the church and Veleno the past few days. But nothing has happened so far. It feels like there's no danger around. Oh, is she gonna ask him if she can go back to the church permanently? Aside from moving between the two districts and living with the Lao Shu, my life really hasn't changed much from when I was back at the church. I looked at Orlok and asked him what had long been on my mind. Ooh, good. I'm glad we're asking because he was like, if you leave here, you will die. But as I said last time, I get the feeling he's being manipulated by, I mean, essentially his handler at the church, right? Is it still dangerous or I want to go back to the church? I'm going to ask him if it's still dangerous. She said ask, right? Is it still dangerous out there?
はい。敵はいる。
Yeah, but they're not going to go anywhere unless, like, they die. And are they still after me?
だと思う。
Ooh, he looks kind of uncertain though. But nothing has happened at all. Maybe they gave up? Orlok went quiet. It looks like he was deep in thought.
諦めてはいないと思う。今は静観してるだけ。
Because the whole reason Orlok thinks we're in danger in the first place is because, like, I can't remember, is he a bishop? I can't remember his exact title at the church. But essentially Orlok's boss slash handler told him that the Falzone were after MC.
あなたは気づいてないけど、教会に行き来するとき、
Oh, I thought maybe he was lying, but apparently not.
ファルツォーネの構成員はこちらの動きを監視してる。
I mean, the bishop is definitely dodgy. Because he's decided to abandon the Falzone family and side with the Lao Shu for some reason. And Orlok is definitely being manipulated. I didn't notice at all. I mean, you're not trained to notice that kind of thing.
もし俺たちが隙を見せれば、ファルツォーネはすぐにでもあなたに手を伸ばすと思う。
I'm interested to see, though, if the Falzone's reason for getting involved is the same as it was in Dante's route. Because if it is, there's going to be, I mean, a bit of a misunderstanding, I think. I felt a shiver run down my spine. To think we were being watched all this time. Orlok. And Orlok protected me through it all. I mean, listen, he did kidnap us at first, but since then, he's been lovely. So I think he's redeemed himself by this point. I gave him my thanks and repented for my overly optimistic view of the situation. A few days passed. As usual, Orlok and I headed down to the Lao Shu's dining area for breakfast. Okay, so she is still doing the really awkward, tense Lao Shu breakfast. Surprisingly, Yan was already there. He is so beautiful. Oh my god, the dramatic music that kicked in as soon as we zoomed in on him. It was very unusual to see him ahead of us. think he has like the best theme music. It's always so dramatic. Like I can already feel like my heartbeat increasing. He also didn't look as lethargic as usual.
お前たちに提案がある。
Okay, so normally he's bored, but clearly he's found something interesting. Young began to speak before the meal arrived. Although he was smiling, it was hard to tell what was really going on inside him. I think that was meant to say what was really going on inside his head, not inside him. That had slightly different connotations.
教会に毎日通っているそうだな。
Oh dear.
あ
信心深いのは素晴らしいことだ。だが、俺は二人に危険がないか心配でな。
Okay, it feels like he's not being sincere.
そこでぜひ、ラオ州からも護衛をつけたい。構わんな。
Why?
護衛なら俺がいる。それで問題ない。
Right? That's what I was thinking. We don't need guards.
もちろん、彼女だけを守るのなら、お前一人でも十分すぎる戦力だ。しかし、先日の襲撃のように、ファルツォーネがなりふり構わない手段を取ることもあり得る。教会に襲撃があったらどうする？
I mean, I still think Orlok could protect us. Jan then looked at me. His cold stare struck fear into me.
教会の人間を見捨てて一人逃げるか？それでいいと？
Was he implying that Lily would be in danger because she'd try and protect people? Of course not. I raised my voice in anger, and Jan listened calmly.
ということは、護衛役は大いに越したことはないな。
I don't know why he's pushing so hard for guards to come with us though, like especially now. Like why suddenly? He's known about it this whole time.
いかにオルロックといえど、教会の人間すべてを単独で守るのは難しいだろう。
I also don't think Orlok would. I think he would just protect Lily. Orlok didn't say a word. His expression was troubled. But still, it seemed so suspicious.
聖なる存在に万が一のことがあっては、ラオ州としてもロズベルグ教に顔向けできん。
Oh, that's the guy. Bishop Roseberg is Orlok's boss.
ぜひ協力させてくれ。
分かった。
But what is his plan? This feels so shady. Orlok hesitantly nodded back at Jan in acceptance of his offer. What did I do? My anger led me to a result I didn't want. Now the Lao Shu would be accompanying us. I know I can trust Orlok, but... Yeah, no, Jan and the rest of the Lao Shu are shady as fuck. To be honest, I didn't trust the Lao Shu at all. I don't blame you. Like, when she first walked in, they were so creepy. Was there a way out of this? Breakfast was served as I sat anxiously. The food was tasteless to me now. What? But that's one of the key themes of this game. Food. The Lao Shu accompanied us from that day forward. This is gonna be so awkward.
おいババア、何見てやがる。
Huh?
とっとと消えろ。
Yeah. A Lao Shu soldier intimidated an old woman coming to say her prayers. Guys, come on. Why, you mind your manners.
なあ、悪い悪い。はるかの雰囲気に慣れてなくてな。
I love that just because they're not Christian, they're portrayed as being like low lives. Like, why can't people who aren't Christian also have manners?
俺たちは聖女様の護衛だからよ。つい気張っちまったんだ。許してくれ。
Just such heathens. Such heathen behavior. The old lady turned around and left in a hurry. I let out a heavy sigh. This isn't going to go well. I only foresaw worse things ahead. Yeah, this doesn't feel great. And yet, Bishop Roseberg decided that these are the guys that he wants to team up with. Seeing that it wouldn't be best to remain inside the church, I went to the garden where I found Elena.
リリー、これはどういうことなの？
I wasn't surprised by her response. After all, the Laoshi was stationed all over the church grounds, glaring at all who passed by. No, things just happened. I tried to find the words to explain to her when... Is he doing this to, like, try and separate Lily from the church or something? Because are they going to be like, look, maybe you shouldn't come back here until things die down?
ねえねえ、教会のこと教えてよ。
The twins assigned to guard me came to me in their usual manner.
あっちの建物は何？
It's the dormitory. It's where everyone lives.
へえ。じゃあ行ってみようよ。
I feel like these guys aren't malicious though. They could be genuinely curious.
探検ね。出発出発。
Huh? Wait. I feel like they're not allowed there though. As if they'd listen. They quickly pranced their way toward the dormitory like wild rabbits.
あの子たちもラオ州なの？
Yes. I'd better make sure they don't do anything. I ended up chasing after Lan and Faye all over the church grounds.
ねえ、お姉ちゃん。あのおじさんたち、朝からずっといるけど、何してるの？なんかね、笑ってたり怒ってたりして、
Aww.
怖い。
Or maybe, like,
変な感じ。
maybe Sister Sophia won't say, hey Lily, you're not allowed to come here anymore. Because I don't think Sister Sophia would say that. But maybe Lily will be like, I'm causing trouble for the church. Maybe I shouldn't go for a while. The children were taking notice of the odd situation. They won't do anything bad, but it's best that you stay away, okay?
何かするようなら俺が止めるから。
Oops. Yeah, actually someone on Patreon said that when they first played Orlok's route, because he speaks so slowly and he like pauses a lot, they kept accidentally skipping his lines, and I feel like I've done that a few times as well. You have to be patient. He nodded, but I could tell the kids were all scared and worried. This isn't good. Even if the guards were there to protect me, it was only making matters here worse. Everyone was scared now. Yeah, I don't know what Jan's plan is. What a long day. I wasn't at ease for a single moment. The guards were just standing there. They didn't pick a fight or anything. But their very presence disturbed the normally peaceful atmosphere. No wonder some of the visitors left quickly without offering their prayer. Aww. I feel like this is going to cause more trouble than, like, help. I don't know. I feel bad seeing them leave like that. Just thinking about those people made me feel guilty for what they went through. After the Laoshi were warned a number of times, they stopped intimidating the visitors, but their odd smiles and laughing were more than enough to keep the parishioners away. What? Orlok?
確かに護衛が増えて抑止力にはなってると思う。
Deterred? Some reason stream paused for me on my end, no idea how. Oh, okay. Yeah, for a minute then when I read that I was like, has it crashed again? But no, I think the capture card is working fine.
うん。ファルツォーネは今までよりもっと慎重にならなくちゃいけない。だから、あなたの身の安全はより確実になったと言える。
I mean, yeah, we're a great deal safer, but at what cost? It was just me being dumb. No, that's fine. I've had that happen before as well. Sometimes when you like click on another tab, it like does weird things. I was watching a stream and I like clicked on something else and then for some reason it just paused the stream. But the church.
それもわかる。教会の人たちも祈りに来る人も怖がってた。
Yeah, I feel like this isn't something that we like. I don't think this is sustainable. Can't we do anything about it?
でもこれもあなたのため。多めに見てもらえると助かる。
I'm still suspicious about this. I don't know, something feels weird. Like, we saw in a Meanwhile story that Bishop Roseberg has some sort of vendetta against the Falzone family and he's the one giving Orlok orders, so I don't know, seems sus to me. But I hate to cause so much trouble to the church like this. Maybe I shouldn't come here too often. See, I said that would be the result, but why would Jan want her to stop going to the church? Suddenly...
ねえねえ聞いてよ。
今日は教会の中でじっとしてて退屈だったよ。
Maybe they're gonna be like, we don't want to go anymore.
だ だから帰り道にちょっと散歩してから帰るね。
Oh no, or they're just up to something. Huh? But you two were running around the whole time.
やだな。これでもおとなしくしてたよ。
I mean, sort of.
そうそう。ヤンからちゃんとするように言われてたからね。
That's quiet.
確かに普段に比べればマシだったか。
Well, that answered that question. The man calling himself Lee intervened. He was introduced as next in line to Yan, yet he was assigned to guard me as well. Yeah, this feels... I don't think they were there to guard her. I think they were on some sort of, like, recon mission. That's why the twins were, like, bouncing around all over the place, going to different buildings. Why would someone like him be assigned to guard me?
ガキにしてはよく頑張っていたからな。散歩くらいならいいだろ
Yeah, this is dodgy as...
う。今の時間なら夕日が綺麗かもしれない。海沿いでも散歩しよう。
Wait, why are they just saying dot dot dot?
さす
Oh, okay, there we go.
話がわかるね。
もちろんあんたも一緒に来るよな。
Why do I have to go? Huh?
俺たちはあんたの護衛なんだ。別行動するわけにはいかないだろ
Aren't you supposed to go where I want to go? Why am I being forced to tag along with you guys?
でも今の時期に寄り道なんて。
じゃあ行くよ。早く早く。
ラン、気が早いよ。
The twins sped off without waiting for us to finish speaking. The Lao Shu all began to follow, so I ended up following them as well. What is this? The sun was settling and colouring the sea in red. Many stopped to look toward the horizon at the beauty of the painted sea. I noticed some tourists watching in awe, sitting with their food and drink in hand. That does sound pretty, to be honest.
ねえねえ、あれ何？美味しそう。
Is this their real agenda? They just wanted to try some of the food? Huh? Oh, that's a torta di riso. What is that? Terminology. A traditional treat in Bologna, located in Italy's Emilia-Romagna region. The tart is made with eggs and rice. Sounds pretty good.
いいね。僕たちも食べたいよ。リー、買ってきて。
は？なぜ俺がガキどものために。
ダメなの？リーのケチ。
ほら、あそこに屋台があるよ。買って買って。お願いリー。
くそ。後でヤンに請求するからな。ランとフェイの使った金だって言って。
Lee, the reluctant babysitter.
わーい、さすがリー。金に汚い。
Lee went and bought the treat for the twins as they followed him and jeered. I looked at Orlok. Ooh, I want one too, or are you angry? Are we gonna ask Orlok to buy us a treat? Hold on, I'm gonna save. I love that the choice is I want one too, not like you want one or something to like be a bit more subtle. It's just like tugging on his sleeve like, Orlok, can I have one too? Or are you angry? I don't think he's angry. I kind of want one, to be honest. I'm hungry, so I'm going to pick the hungry option. Mister, could I have one too, please?
あなたも欲しかった。
Yes, I do. And do you mind if I ask you a favor? The torta de riso here is pretty big and far too much for me. Are we going to ask to share it with him? I can never finish it all, so I usually share with Elena. If it's okay with you, Orlok, would you take the other half for me? Oh, this is cute.
俺が。
She's also probably worried because he said he only eats when he's, like, desperately starving. Orlok had been looking intently at the twins earlier. I figured that maybe he wanted to have one too. But I assumed he would simply decline if I asked him if he wanted one true. Well, that is, if you want it. I broke the torta de riso in half and handed one to him. Orlok was looking carefully at the torta in my hand. Do it! Eat it! This is so cute! After a long pause, Orlok slowly reached out and took the half I offered. He looked carefully again at the half in his hand, then proceeded to take a bite. Orlok quietly chewed on without a change in expression. How is it?
初めて食べる味だけど好きかな。
Aww. Good to hear. As if he just remembered something, Orlok suddenly begins speaking.
でもあなたが作ってくれたパンナコッタの方が好き。
That's adorable. It's like, this is delicious, but your cooking's still better. Really? Then I'll make it again next time.
何お菓子作ってもらうの？
I love that they hear that part of the conversation.
オルロックばっかりずるいよ。私たちにも作って。
いい加減にしろガキども。そろそろ帰る。散歩は十分満喫しただろう。
Lee called out to the Laoshu soldiers and set off on his way.
もっと遊びたかったのに。
ねえ。でもそれなりに楽しかったよ。
Like, I know they're kind of homicidal, but they're also very
行
cute.
こう。リリー。
He's getting used to it. He's getting used to not speaking in Keigo and calling us Lily. He reluctantly said my name, just like I asked him to before.
今日はいつもより帰りが遅い。だから気をつけて。できるだけ俺から離れないようにして。
Thank you, Orlok. I nodded and began walking alongside Orlok. Taking a stroll with Orlok like this was only for a brief moment, but it was fun. Cute. I thought they had some like weird agenda and they were going to be like, we have to go for a walk and go do some totally normal, not bad things. But then they brought Lily along, so I don't know what that was about. Maybe they really did just want to go for a walk and have a snack. I headed back with a lightness in my step, feeling a lot better than before. This game is pretty good at making the murderer seem cute, exactly. Like, Orlok kidnapped us, punched a nun, but still, like, he's adorable, he's the little cinnamon roll in this game. We needed to pass through Creta before reaching Veleno, if coming from the coast. That's the Visconti territory, I'm pretty sure. A few men approached us as we walked through Creta.
お前たちここで何してる？ここはビスコンティの
There
島
we
だ
go.
ぜ。
The Visconti. I had a large crowd of Laoshu guarding me today. With so many Laoshu walking through Visconti territory, I wasn't surprised that they were questioning why we were here. Or maybe this was the purpose for their little excursion.
ああ、歩いてちゃ悪いってのか？どこ行こうと俺らの勝手だろ。
Okay, come on, Lee, you need to step in and like de-escalate this situation. Because I feel like that is not helpful.
ネズミはお呼びじゃねえんだよ。とっとと巣穴に帰りやがれ。
ああ、なんだとこら。
Felt like a fight would break out any moment now. Orlok carefully positioned himself so that he could protect me.
あまり無礼な口を聞かないでもらおうか。
お
後悔するぞ。ビスコンティの下っ端ども。
Oh no.
こちらには神託の聖女がいるんだからな。もっと礼儀を尽くすべきだ。
Lee spoke loudly so that everyone could hear his voice. This definitely feels like it was done on purpose.
神託？なんだそりゃ。
まあ、聞いたこともねえな。
This is like how fate made Jack the Ripper into a cute anime girl. I know, it's like, that's a pretty awful figure from history, but they made them adorable.
はあ？あんた
Okay, now I'm getting suspicious that this was their true motive. Like, that's why he said going down to the shore at this time of day. Because he wanted to come back through here and announce that they have Lily. Lee raised his voice again, despite Orlok's warning. Oh! Oh no! The switch crashed right at a very tense moment. Hold on. See, this is what I mean. The capture card has to have a little moment every stream. It should be easy to fix. But I definitely don't want anyone to miss out on the face that Lee was just pulling. Alright. And now activate. Yay, there we go. So there's not meant to be any music, so that's fine. But like, look at this facial expression.
このブルローネの争いを終わらせるその引き金となる人物こそがここにいるリリアーナ・アドルナート
I don't want this kind of attention. The crowd began murmuring as Lee continued his bold tirade.
神託に名指しされた女だぞまさに聖女と呼ぶにふさわしい
I feel like this is a bit of an exaggeration.
そんな彼女が身を寄せているのはラオ州だつまりビスコンティは遠からず命運尽きる定めってわけだ
ふざけるなそんな話が信じられるか
ビスコンティにはギルがいるいい加減なこと言うんじゃねえ
Yeah, but is Gil a saint, guys? Like, what are you gonna do about it? The Visconti men began to raise their voices in anger and confusion.
ロズベルグ様がご神託を受けたって
Wait, Antonio? He was in Dante's route as well.
聖女だっておやあの子は教会の子じゃ
The people begin staring at me amidst the clamor. I felt awkward being looked at like this, especially after Lee's declaration about the prophecy. Yeah, this is,
いい加減にしろリー
何を苛立っている神託の聖女の存在を広めることに問題でもある
I would hate this. If someone just did this to me, like, in public, and suddenly everyone was paying attention to me and talking about me, I would be like, oh, is that my doorbell? Okay, I think ads are playing anyway, so I'm just gonna be right back real quick because I have a delivery that I just need to grab. And back. That was my who gives a crap order. So I just had to carry the boxes inside. Ow, I hurt my arm on the door though. I'll get rid of the BRB. Of course. The slight, tiny, minor interruption is enough to make the capture card have a moment again. Oh. Best thing ever? What's the best thing ever? There we go. What is he saying? I was under the impression that she should be touted as a holy woman in Bologna. I also got a Tim Tam while I was downstairs.
それは
Oh, who gives a crap?
そう
Yes.
かもしれないけど
I was running really low as well. It's one of those things where I was like meaning to order for a little while. and left it to the last minute, so I'm very glad that it's here. Orlok couldn't seem to say anything in rebuttal after hearing Lee refer to me as holy. He has such an obvious weakness. Many already heard what Lee said. It was hard to deny it now. Was Marco in? Oh, Marco's the detective. That's right. I was like, his name sounds familiar. I heard a familiar voice. Maybe it was the crowd or someone called. The police had arrived. Meanwhile, story. Concern.
ダンテ、さっきからどうしたの？しっかり食べなくちゃダメだよ。ああ。そういえば、昨べ寝る前に声をかけた時もおかしかったね。生返事だったし。何か考え事？気になることでもある？
考え事というわけじゃないが、昨日から何か思い出せそうというか、引っかかっているというか。
それってどういう？
失礼しました。
Oh. It's just Leo. Leo dropped the cup he was carrying. He crouched down to clean up the mess.
なあ、レオ、手を切るから触らないで。ほうきでも持ってきて掃除しておきなよ。
I'm kind of glad we're getting a little meanwhile story with the Falzone. Bellos Jams, hi, thank you for the hydrate. I have a hot chockey, as is custom for Piofiore, so I'm going to drink that. Falzones. But yeah, like, everyone keeps telling us how dangerous they are and how they want to kidnap Lily, so I want to see their perspective a little bit. Wait. Oh. Wait, what was that? Yeah, that didn't come up in Dante's route, so I want to know what that is. That came up before, I think, as well. For a second, I could almost remember it. But no matter how hard I tried, my thoughts remained vague, and it wouldn't come together. Is this a memory or like a prophecy? Because we've already established in his route that Dante is like descended from a saint. It looked like Dante holding a knife. Maybe he murdered his dad. That's my current theory. Marco, thank goodness. I'm sure he could do something about this mess. I don't know, man. You got the Visconti facing off with the Lao Shu. What is one detective gonna do? Marco is one of the few officers that could actually stand up against the mafia here.
俺たちは特に何もしていない。ただ、軽く挨拶しただけだ。
Yes, just a casual, totally not heated exchange of words. The Visconti kept quiet, but were glaring at Lee.
まあいい。何もねえならさっさと言った言った。
During like this, I would expect you to be drinking something spicy. Yeah. It's because in the in Dante's route, like very early in there, when Lily is struggling and overwhelmed by everything, Julia, the maid for the Falzone mansion, makes her like this hot chocolate, and just the way they described it made me crave a hot chocolate so badly that now I have to have one whenever I play. I guess you could put something spicy in with the hot chocolate, like chocolate and chilies go well together. Oh, okay. But yes, this is a spicy game. Orlok covered me while we made our way out of the crowd. Following us from behind was Lee, the twins, and the other members of the Lao Shu. We were lucky that the police came. If not, who knows what would have happened. Yeah, probably like a gun showdown in the street. Chocolate and chili is good, right? I don't actually normally like spicy things that much because, I mean, I grew up in England. But when it's chocolate and chili, I like the combination. This really doesn't bode well. I didn't know what it was, but I had a bad feeling about what was to come. Yeah, we had like a lot of action in like the opening scene of this route, and now it's been pretty chill, but it definitely feels like a false sense of security, like something bad is gonna happen. I can feel it in my bones. By the time we returned, the sun set and dinner was about to be served. Lee reported what happened today. There's a burger place near my house that offers honey with ghost pepper flakes in it. Damn. I don't know if that would be too spicy for me, but that sounds pretty good. I'd be keen to try it.
聖女様の護衛、確かに完了しました。
Okay, but what was your real agenda, guys?
ご苦労、リー。双子の大盛りは楽しかったか？
ええ、それはもう。
Is he joking? They replied in a sarcastic tone. Yeah, there we go. Orlok frowned and began to speak.
リーは困ったことをしてくれた。
Okay, snitch.
ほう、何をしたんだ、リー。
さあ。
さあ。
彼女が信託に示された女性だと。リーはビスコンティに喋った。
Yeah, and Q Yan being like, yeah, that was my idea. That was the whole point of today.
町の人間にも聞かれた。噂は。
Actually, a new burger place just opened up near me called it's part of a chain called Burgatory, like a play on words of purgatory, and all the different burgers are named after like demons and angels and saints and things. It was actually pretty good. Oh, thank you for the subscription, Bells Jams. I appreciate it. There are a lot of good Asian places in my hometown that all have great spicy dishes. Yeah, there's a lot of good Asian food around here too, but I just really struggle with spicy food. We have one down the road, it's pretty average. Oh no! Yay! Thank you, Bella's Jams! Yeah, I added the cinnamon roll emote specifically for Orlok because everyone was saying how much of a cinnamon roll character he was, and I was like, we need a themed emote. I love your emotes, they're so cute.
Yeah.
Even the stabby one is cute.
これはお前の監督不行き届きだ。
It looks like I'm cutting up the roll. It does, I was thinking that. Orlok's tone was stern.
そんなことがあっ
I
た
mean,
のか。
it's also very fitting because Orlok is a cinnamon roll character who gets a bit stabby sometimes, so perfect combo.
申し訳ない。相手に挑発されて、ついつい口が滑ってしまった。
それは攻めるに攻められんな。
Lee is the murdery one. I think both of these guys are murdery, but Yan, the one on the right, is the one you can romance in the game. But all of the Lao Shu are, well, actually all the characters in this game are a bit murdery because it's all mafia-based stuff, but Yan in particular is very murdery. Neither Yan nor Lee flinched at Orlok's irritation. It's because that was definitely the plan all along.
信託のことを公にする許可は芸家から得ていない。
Oh dear, he getting angry.
だから、こういう勝手な行動は慎んでもらわなければ困る。
Honestly, his voice actor's doing a great job of still being like quite muted and withdrawn, but also like you can hear that his voice is shaking a little bit because he's angry, but because he's such a quiet character, he's not like yelling. So it's a really cool way of like showing his emotions without like being too loud, which would be out of character. Spicy is love, spicy is life. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I can't be a part of this spicy club. My partner loves spicy food. He has so many hot sauces in the fridge, and he's constantly disappointed that I won't eat any of the spicy food that he makes.
どうやら聖なる存在を護衛できるとあってすっかり舞い上がってしまったらしい。
He's just shit stirring right now.
リーに悪気はなかった。どうか許してやってくれ。
たとえ悪気がなくても。今回みたいなことはやめてほしい。
He is such a good voice actor. It's so weird hearing him in this though, because the last time I heard Toshiyuki Toyonaga was in Dairoku, Agents of Sakuratani, where he's playing a very like sarcastic, jokey type character. So he was much more of like a comedic character, whereas now he's like very quiet, shy boy, which is very different. Orlok breathed heavily, as if he were trying to restrain himself. Maybe he said that on purpose. Most of the Laoshu weren't from here. Based on what I'd seen, I doubted that any actually believed in the teachings of the church. The way Lee exposed my existence as a holy person felt more like he was trying to rile up the public rather than displaying any respect. Exactly. But again, I feel like that was their plan. Yan looked at me, then laughed eerily. What is he thinking? Anxiety and doubt filled my mind.
そうだな。今回の件について俺は心から謝罪したい。
Apologize from the bottom of my heart that this guy is like one of the least sincere characters I've ever come across in an anime game. I doubt that he's apologizing from the bottom of his heart right now.
ラオシュとして誠意を見せよう。
He's very pretty though. Again, he's a murdery type, but very pretty, so you forgive him. Repentance?
今後教会にはラオ州の護衛を常駐させる。
I feel like this isn't a great way to repent because Lily doesn't want this. Huh? Guard the church?
そうだ。リーが迂闊な真似をしたせいで、お前が聖なる存在だと露見してしまった。
See, listen to his voice. This was his plan all along, and he's like, oh no, what a shame. So unexpected. I guess we'll just have to do the thing I was planning to do all along.
ファルツォーネだけではなく、今後はビスコンティまでもが強行手段に出てくる可能性がある。特にお前が育った教会とあれば何をされるかわからんだろう。人質に取られるようなこともあるかもしれん。
The Falzoni and the Visconti are devout followers of God. They wouldn't.
しないと言い切れるか？奴らとてマフィアだ。優位に運ぶ手段があればそれ
Look
を
at
選
that
ぶ。
face. Yan is such a, like, interesting character. But you can't.
確かに
No,
そうか
Orlok.
もしれない。
Stop caving so easily. Orlok mumbled just before I could finish my sentence.
ないとは言い切れない。可能性は潰しておいた方がいい。
Orlok, buddy, you've been brainwashed. The Falzoni and the Visconti aren't that bad. The Laoshu are the strictly, like, most immoral out of all three of them. Orlok.
ヤンが反省して対策も考えてくれたなら、俺も今回のことは。
He's being so manipulated by Yan right now. Yan knew exactly how his words would affect Orlok. Like, that's why he specifically said repent. That's why he talked about all that religious stuff. Like, Yan doesn't believe any of that, but he knows Orlok does. Someone using religion for their own game at the expense of others? Unheard of. I know, right? Crazy. I guess it's a good thing to have the Laoshu protect the church from danger, but... Come on, guys. You're being manipulated so hard. Look at that man's face. Look at Yan's face right now. That is not the face of a trustworthy, sincere man. I didn't expect them to be so willing. Oh my god, Lily. Lily and Orlok are both so naive. Then again, I also didn't think he said that out of pure goodwill. At least Lily has a little bit of intuition. As someone who believes in God, I shouldn't be so doubtful, but no, trust your instincts. Look at him.
俺たちの誠意を受け取ってもらえるか？
That was the most sarcastic sentence I've heard in a while. Yes, thank you, Yan. I hesitantly gave my thanks. Oh, man. It's like watching a train wreck, but I can't do anything. I didn't have a good reason to deny his offer. I really didn't have a choice. But now the anxiety that was building inside me grew even stronger than before. I still don't know why Yan wants this though. Like, why does he want to be guarding the church? Feels like this. He has some sort of agenda. I don't know what it is yet, but he's definitely suspicious. Several weeks have passed since I first began living with the Laoshu. I still love that bed though. I thought it would be best not to go to the church, but now I had a reason that forced me to go back. The Laoshu was stationed at the church to protect the area. Did the church well, I was about to say did the church consent to this, but maybe Sister Sophia wouldn't like it, but Bishop Roseberg probably would. Even if I didn't go, they would still be there and likely causing trouble. If so, my head throbbed and I knew I needed to do something about it. Oh man, I ate my whole Tim Tam. I just looked for it because I thought I had another bit left, but it is gone. Sad. I have to go.
それで俺は言ってやったんだよ。お前は豚か、それともネズミかってな。
I feel like even people who aren't religious or Christian or whatever understand the basic, like, etiquette for when you're in, like, a holy space or, like, a sacred space. Even if it's not your religion, you're meant to be, like, quiet and respectful. Listen, you should judge a book by its cover, but I mean, come on, there are limits, right? Yan is, like, every suspicious thing they could think of for a character they've put into one person. There is nothing about him that screams trustworthy. Excuse me.
どうした聖女様
There's just a little saint? That's actually really cute. Don't call me that.
ああ、悪い悪い。 で、なんだ聖女様。
Your Holiness. I suppose he won't stop, will he? I took a deep breath and then jumped right to it. People come here to say their prayers to God.
じゃ、その神様ってのに俺の話を聞かせてやるよ。
Dude.
きっとこいつみたいに笑い転げるぜ。
Oh my god. What if it's an ebook? I mean, wait, ebooks? Ebooks? Do they have like... They have like a thumbnail thingy, right? Yeah, they have covers too. I was just thinking like, but they're not the same as like a physical book though. You don't have to say anything. You can talk to him from inside your heart. Also, you can't bring food and drinks in here. I pointed to the open bottle of liquor. Guys. I appreciate your coming to guard the place, but you need to follow the rules. It's scary reprimanding the Lao Shu. I love that she is ordering them around though. Like, good for you, Lily. It was my fault they were stationed here. I was responsible for their actions.
彼女の言う通りだ。
Orlok stepped forward and backed up what I said.
警護のために教会に来てるのに、お前たちの行いは神を冒
Oh,
涜し
he
て。
angry. I mean, I don't blame him. The two Lao Shu soldiers looked at each other.
やれやれ。そういうことなら仕方ねえな。オルロックに睨まれると怖いしよ。
Rude. Lily told you to stop it first, but then they're only doing it because Orlok told them to. I mean, to be fair, Orlok has protagonist powers and gets a bit stabby sometimes, but still.
ああ、聖女様の言うことは聞けってヤンも言ってたしな。けどよ、それなら俺たちはどこで酒を飲めばいいってんだ？
You can just wait until your shift is over.
教会の前か。裏。
Oops. Absolutely not. You both would be in plain sight. Parishioners visiting would run away if they saw those two drinking outside. In fact, it happened a number of times already. Oh no. If it's generally... Actually, you have a cover when you're buying them. Okay.
けど、俺たちは護衛だからな。教会の外に出ちまったら意味がねえ。
And don't drink. Just wait like a whole 2 minutes until your shift is over.
なら、やっぱり敷地の中で飲ませてもらうしかねえよな。
I guess the option of not drinking at all isn't in them. As I thought about how to handle the men, I suddenly heard a voice.
でしたら生活棟にある食堂でどうぞ。
Man, Sister Sophia is great at handling all of these situations. She's just taking it all in the chin. I also love how they keep calling her a saint, as Prof says that she'll be a saint when you have to be dead to be a saint. Yeah, I know, right? Why isn't she more concerned about that? The prophecy says she's going to become a saint, but like when? How soon? How soon is this going to happen?
そいつはありがたいな。さすがシスター。心が広いぜ。
I was about to say she has the patience of a saint, but I mean, like, I guess that's what happens when you're a nun. I whispered into Sister Sophia's ear. Are you sure, Sister Sophia?
仕方ありません。礼拝に来る人々を怖がらせるわけにはいきませんから。
Dude, this is a win-win. They get to go drink, and for like everyone else, they get to be somewhere hidden away instead of out in plain sight. Sister Sophia's calm and rational voice made me feel even worse about what I'd done. Why? She's handling it so well.
なあ、聖女様。食堂ってどこにあるんだ？
Follow me, I'll take you there. I led the Lao Shu out of the church and walked toward the refectory. It'll be in that building. I pointed to show them the way. Suddenly, I noticed someone nearby. That's... Elena was in the garden with the children. They were sitting on the lawn and Elena was reading a book to them.
お、なかなかいい女じゃねえか。あんた。
I knew it. As soon as she said Elena, I was like, here we go. The Lao Shu called out to Elena and began walking toward her. No, go to the refectory! You were so close.
私ですか？
そう、あんた。こんなガキの相手より、俺たちの
Oh
相手
my
をしてくれよ。
god, why do they have to be so creepy?
そいつは明暗だ。
Ew.
酒は女と飲むに限るからな。
Ew, why is that voice actor so good at making him sound so creepy? Oh, leave Elena alone. The two Lao Shu encircled Elena, who was confused by what was happening. Oh dear, what am I gonna do? I mean, I don't even know where Orlok is. I feel like I could tell them to stop, right? they're meant to respect the saint, but they didn't seem to respect what Lily said before. They seemed to only respect what Orlok said. Maybe we should get Orlok involved. I mean, I kind of want to tell them myself, but how am I going to call him? We don't have phones. Alright, I'm going to try call Orlok, and if it doesn't work, then I'll go back and change it. Wait, what? He was right there. Orlok? Orlok came toward me the moment I called out his name. Huh? He did say that he could do that, didn't he? At one point earlier in the route. He was like, all you have to do is say my name and I'll be there. Which is very cool of him, but still, how did he know? I suppose he understood exactly what I wanted to ask of him. Oh, Orlok quickly went to the Lao Shu and shoved them away from Elena.
何すんだよ、オルロック。
女性に対して失礼すぎる。
Mr. White Knight coming through. I mean, I love that for him. We needed him. Orlok glanced at me momentarily before continuing.
それに、そもそも人を脅かすなと、彼女もよく忠告
Hell
してる。
yeah.
だから、これ以上は見過ごさない。
Orlok is growing on me. Like, opening with kidnapping was a little bit much, but
わかったよ。もう死ねえよ。
いや、こいつが悪かったな。で、食堂はどっちだって？
the men left and moved on ahead while scoping the area. Wait, you're heading toward the graveyard. I quickly ran over to catch up to them. Orlok followed close beside me. Poor Elena, I hope she's okay. Thank you, Orlok. I'm glad you intervened. I doubt they would have listened to me. Yeah, unfortunately. Even though she's supposed to be the saint. I love how they're supposedly Christian, but there hasn't been one mention of Jesus throughout the entire game. Well, actually there was a little bit of mention of Jesus in Dante's route. But yes, it's loosely Christian. There's been some very interesting story decisions that aren't very Christian at all.
多分、あなたが言った方が聞くと思う。
Huh? I don't think they would listen to Lily. They haven't listened to her
あ
yet.
なたには、さすがに彼らも敬意を払ってる。
That's not the impression I'm getting at all. Really? I tilted my head in bewilderment at his statement. I doubted that was true. I mean, they're treating her better than Elena, I guess. The men who were led to the refectory were having a party of sorts. Oh my god. It's like herding cats. Alright, meanwhile story, memory cap, what? Oh, is this gonna be Dante again? I was taking care of the paperwork when Nicola suddenly appeared.
ソフィアから連絡があったよ。今日また同じ時間に屋敷へ来るって。
Sister Sophia is working with the Pals. Well, I mean, Lily basically said, like, I'm hanging out with the Lao Shu, but don't worry about it. I can't tell you anything, but, like, trust me, it's fine. Like, if I was Sister Sophia, I would also be reaching out to my connections and being like, can you make sure she's okay?
わかった。彼女も大変だよね。教会の状況は日を追うごとに悪化しているようだし。それで、ダンテの調子はどう？何か僕に手伝えることはある？
なあ、だったらそこの帳簿。
I pointed to the bookshelf, but immediately put my hand down.
いや、お前は怪我人だったな。自分で取る。
Oh, that's right. Orlok stabbed his hand.
心配性だね、君は。それくらい平気だよ。もうほとんど治ったようなものだから。
Will it dodge in time? Yes. We haven't had any gunfights yet. But there has been a lot of... I don't want to say mischief. The Lao Shu are causing trouble. And Orlok's getting very irritated. He dropped some books while grabbing the one I needed. He was definitely not in the best condition. As I watched the books fall to the ground, my memory began to jog. Finally, I want to know what this is. Wait, I thought that was Dante, but is that Orlok? Darkness and the sound of rain. The office floor painted... Oh, did Orlok murder Dante's dad? The books on the desk had fallen to the ground. A person wearing black. Yeah, that's Orlok, isn't it?
ダンテ、聞いている？
Wait, I'm assuming it's his dad, right? Because his dad only just died, but I don't know, actually.
大丈夫？なんだか顔色が悪いよ。少し休んだ方がいいね。 ソフィアと会うのは別の日にしてもらう
No,
よ。
you guys need to talk and like deal with this loud shoe problem.
いや、問題ない。
Dot dot dot.
君がそう言うならそれでいいけど。何かあれば呼んでね。
Nicola was looking at me strangely as he handed me the book I asked for. He then quietly left the office. What is happening? It was raining that night.
カポ、何かありましたか？
Yeah, so the boss was his dad. Light peeked out of the open door to the office. Something was direly wrong. I burst into the office without father's approval. Oh my god. It was baby Orlok? Oh, his ponytail's very cute though. Amidst the thunderstorm, darkness filled the room. Oh, that's the same knife that he uses now. Oh my god. Oh, look at his face. The books that were piled on the desk were scattered across the floor. Wait, so baby Orlok murdered Dante's dad? A dull blood-red eye and a hazel eye. Yikes. A hand holding a dagger. How did he forget this? Blood dripped from the blade as the person slowly pulled out of father's body. Well, this is a trauma.
貴様!
Wait, is he going to remember this now the next time he sees Orlok? I quickly drew my gun. Oh, hey, you said bullet dodge in time. The young man jumped out of the window. The roaring rain and darkness of the night cloaked his escape. But why?
父さん!
Why does Bishop Roseberg have it in for the Falzone family? I ran to my father, wet in a pool of blood. He was still alive, barely.
誰か! 医者!
Wait, wasn't Orlok meant to be the one who would, like, teach Dante about all of the 8 sacrament stuff? When he had to take over the Falzone family. But then it was Orlok who ended the previous boss's, like, time as the boss early. And then didn't teach Dante anything? What on earth is Bishop Roseberg doing? Father's bloody hand grabbed mine firmly as I continued to yell for help. His powerful grip and strong eyes were defiant of someone on the verge of death. Father's last words. Wait, I want to know his last words. I couldn't believe I'd forgotten all that happened. Well, I mean, that's pretty traumatic. I can see why you'd repress it. A dormant regret and hatred awoke in my heart. Did he recognize him, though? It's pretty obviously Orlok. How many people in Bologna have mismatched eyes like that? That man is the Falzone's enemy.
あの男を必ずこの手で
This feels very bad for us in our situation. I can't believe that didn't come up in Dante's route, though. The men who were led to the refectory were having a party of sorts. I wasn't sure what they were laughing about, but it sounded like they were having fun.
大丈夫ですか?
He always looks so worried. Look at his eyebrows. That's his normal face. That's his resting face. Well, not resting, because he's clearly not resting at all, but still. Hearing Orlok's concern, I let out a deep sigh. Maybe it was because of the situation, but I couldn't help but complain. Imagine if heterochromia was common. I mean, I love mismatched eyes. So cute, baby's first I know. Poor Orlok. This explains a lot about his personality, though. To be honest, I'm a bit tired. I feel bad for Orlok. He clearly was, like, raised by the church and brainwashed. It was the cutest dog at one job I did that had it. Oh, I've seen a husky with mismatched eyes as well. So cute. One, like, blue and one brown eye. I wasn't happy at the idea of the Laoshu guarding the church. So I was thinking of cutting back on how often I came here. But then Yun's repentance led to them guarding the church regardless. Orlok shook his head quietly. It seemed he knew what I was trying to say.
あなたが来ても来なくても彼らは教会に入り浸るようになった。
Like, despite his flaws, every time Orlok comes on the screen, I can feel in my heart that I really like his character. I think he's gonna end up being one of my favorites. He's just so cute, but also so angsty, and those are two of my favorite things. Hearing Orlok having the same thought as me made me sigh again. And also look at his outfit and his face and his hair. How could I not? He's exactly my type. Things are a bit more controlled here because you're around to stop things from escalating. There's no telling what they would do if we weren't around. It wasn't difficult to imagine what they may do, especially after seeing their attitude. I'm sorry to be so reliant on you. He shook his head at my words.
神の家を守りたい気持ちは俺もあなたもきっと同じだと思う。
He's so beautiful.
だから気にすることない。
Oh, look at that
俺は
smile.
あなたの望みを叶えたい。
Chuck the puppy in your server? Oh, hell yeah. Ooh, oh, that is a cute puppy. Oh, man, I love dogs. I want to get another one. I did have a dog, but unfortunately she passed away earlier this year. But my partner and I have decided to wait until later next year because we're planning on going overseas next year a bit. So, but once we get back, I don't think it'll take us long. We both just like really want another dog. We thought we would be fine waiting like a year and a half to get another one, but it like, yeah, no, we want another dog. But we'll wait till next year. Thank you. I felt a bit better knowing how reliable he was. I would love a cat, but my partner is unfortunately very allergic to cats. Dogs are great. I don't want to get one till I make more money though. Yeah, they are expensive, and like I loved my dog, but some days the idea of taking her for a walk in the evening felt like a lot of effort and energy that I didn't have. Plus, we had to like make sure we were always home at a certain time so that we could like feed her and like take care of her and stuff, so there is a bit of freedom to not having pets, but I do miss having a doggo. How do they get any work done if they spend the whole day drinking? Well, I suppose that isn't unusual here in Bologna. Actually true. I have a fish. I have one fish left. I used to have a like full tank, but over time they've gradually died and I just haven't bought any new ones. Not that it's such a bad thing, but the problem was they were at church. And I thought they came here to guard the area. They weren't acting as much of guards now. In fact, it looked like they were just having fun. I feel like that's the Lao Shu way though, isn't it? Oops. I keep cutting them off. Please try to keep it down. Everyone goes to sleep early here.
Hey, hey. 聖女様がそう言うならそうするぜ。あ、覚えてたらな。
I actually like the nickname Little Saint. I think it's cute. I know they're saying it to like tease her, but still. This isn't going to end well. I let out a deep sigh.
おや、リリー。久しぶりだね。聞いたよ。あんた、聖女様だったんだって
I heard you're a holy person now. Huh?
昔から本当に優しい、いい子だったからね。
This voice actress is killing it.
私もあんたは特別な存在だと思ってたよ。さあさあ、手に触らせておくれ。
Oh, I'm not a holy person.
生きているうちに聖女様に会えるなんて、ね。
Oh my god. They're not
長
listening.
生きはするもんだよ。
Just let them touch your hand.
ラオ州は怖い組織だと思ってたけど、聖女様を守っているなんて、実はいい組織だったのかね。
I mean, they're protecting Lily, but they're treating everyone else terribly. The ladies looked at each other when suddenly...
そうそう。俺たちラオ州はそのついでに教会も守ってやってるんだ。
She was just
感謝しろよ。
She was just hyping you up and you're about to ruin the reputation she just gave you.
つうかばあさん。
Grandma.
そんな気軽に声かけていいと思って
Oh
んの
my god, stop bullying old ladies. How many more ways do they need to show the reader that the Lao Shu are terrible? I tried to stop them, but they continued speaking in their usual way.
この方はロズベルグ教のありがたい信託で示された存在なんだぜ。信託の聖女様だ。
The ladies turned pale, being confronted by the two Lao Shu soldiers.
な、リリー。
Huh? No, I'm not getting involved in this. Ah, wait, what? One of them wrapped their arm around my shoulder when Orlok is not gonna like this. Yeah, here we go. Look at that face. Is that a new angry face? Or does it just look more intense than usual? He really pulled his dagger out for this? Suddenly Orlok's dagger touched his bare neck.
触れるな。
I'm gonna screenshot that as well. The review. I finally got around to posting a review of something that I played on stream. On Saturday I posted a review of Shinzu and Amnesia Memories, which I finished on stream a few weeks ago. Murder or fun? Why not both? Exactly. I feel like the Lao Shu think they're the same thing.
そうだよな。聖女様だもんな。すまねえ、調子に乗っち
The
まった。
guys need to just like chill out, just a smidge. The man slowly took his arm off of me. Orlok continued to glare intensely at him, then slowly pulled back. He quickly put his dagger away. Although he appeared to be calm again, I could tell he was still quite irate.
それじゃあ私たちは帰ろうかね。
The ladies, trembling in fear, quickly turned around and left. They could have murdered some old ladies with that if they scared them hard enough. Oh, 2 meanwhile stories. Accusation.
ラオ州が護衛と称して教会に入り浸っている件はすでにご報告していましたが
Sophia really is going behind their back to talk to the Falzone. Sister Sophia's expression was dark as she spoke. I mean, I don't blame her. The Lao Shu were causing a lot of trouble.
教会の状況は率直に申し上げて悪くなっています。私にはラオ州の者に神を信じる心があるとは思えません。
I feel like that's not the most important thing right now. Like, it doesn't matter if they believe in God or not. What matters is the way they're behaving.
このままではラオ州に置かれたあの子の身も危ういように思います。
I suppose their faith does matter because they're claiming to be guarding Lily out of a sense of piety.
本来アルカ地区は中立不可侵の領域だ。
Maybe that's why they're doing this, to try and take over Arca.
そもそもアルカが不可侵となった理由は教会があるからだというのに。
Yeah, I guess if they do like take over the church, then they get Arca as well.
その教会を犯すのはブルローネマフィアとしても許せない行いだ。だが彼女の安全を第一に考えるのなら強行手段に出ることは避けたい。
Go team up with Gil. Noticing my hesitance, Nicholas spoke up.
動くしかないよ、ダンテ。
傷はいいのか？
うん、もう大丈夫。いつでも出られる。
わかった。背後にロズベルグがいるとラオ州が公言している以上。
Yeah, that seems a bit dodgy to just out the person who's like turning against the church to get the Lao Shu involved.
市民感情を考えてもファルツォーネは早急に手を打つ必要がある。
But I guess no one else sees it as Bishop Roseberg betraying the church.
教会の教えを信じる人々の多くはですから教会に来る信者たちも不安を持ち始めているようでした。
Right? If I was a devout person and the bishop was like, instead of working with the family that are known for being devout, I'm going to start working with this foreign non-believing like mafia group that everybody hates, I would be a bit suspicious of Bishop Roseberg.
ラオ州を信じるべきなのかと。
But they're terrible. We needed to act immediately. But whatever action we took, we would need to do something about that person. I assume he means Lily. Oh no, or maybe Orlok? With Sister Sophia gone, I began taking apart my gun as usual. I checked and cleaned it more thoroughly today. I don't think you're going to be able to beat Orlok in a gunfight. I was doing all I could to suppress the rising anger and darkness inside me. Oh, but he wants revenge. He's going to get that revenge power up. Now was not the time. Oh man, there's going to be a really intense showdown at some point between those two. Now we've got means. Oh, ow. Whose perspective is this? Oh, Gil? This looks like the Visconti. Yeah. Gil hasn't been in it much yet.
教会の現状に関する報告だ。
I've seen many people upset that Oliver is not a romanceable character.
ラオ州は聖女のための警護だと言い張り、教会を半ば占拠している。
I love the music for the Visconti as well.
最近では昼夜を問わず、十数名の構成員が出入りしているようだ。
See, clearly I'm not cut out for this mafia stuff because I didn't even think about the fact that the Lao Shu constantly being an Arca would mean that they basically had taken over that area as their territory.
それを聖女のためとは随分だな。
It's just
そも
squat.
そも教会は不可侵だってのに。警備をつけるにしろ、他の組織に断りもせずに勝手に動くのはなしだろ。
I mean, it wasn't really though, because the church did have an affiliation with the Falzone family before.
その通りだ。
Oliver frowned, reading the report. He paused a bit before continuing.
ラオ州はロズベルグ教の受けた信託を盾に自らの行いを正当化しているようだ。現在、教会を中心としてアルカ地区にじわじわと勢力を進出させつつある。
Is this a thing that happens in churches? Do bishops get prophecies?
はあ、あのネズミどもはどこにだって潜り込むからな。
影に潜み、秘密裏に動くのが随分と得意らしい。こちらも必死で調べているが、まだ決定的な尻尾をつかめないでいる。
ヤンには人の弱みを見抜く才能がある。
True.
気味の悪い能力だな。
Not what you want to hear from an enemy, true.
だからこそあのラオシュって組織の頭でいられるんだろうさ。
敵を褒めている場合ではないだろう。
I do like Oliver actually. I can see why people like him.
老人たちは経験だ。クレタ地区の中でも年配層はとりわけ不安を感じている。
I feel like all of the love interests, like the mafia leaders, are like eccentric, and then they have their right-hand man who is like much more serious and stern. Except that in Dante's case, he's the serious one, and his right-hand man is the eccentric one.
信託で選ばれた聖女が所属するラオ州を信じるべきなのではないかと。
And that's why we get to date Nicola, because he's the eccentric one.
また若者たちにもラオ州の元へ流れていく動きがあるようだ。
Why? Can't people see that they're terrible? Like, they're literally hovering around outside the church intimidating people, and everyone's like, well, if Bishop Roseberg says they're good, then clearly I'm the one who is wrong.
クレタの若い連中がか。
そうだ。ロズベルグ教の後ろ盾があるラオ州はこれから台頭していくのではないか。
Do you think the kids in Crater like the Lao Shu more because the twins are like hanging out there and playing with them?
であれば今のうちにベレーノに移った方が後々得なのではないかと。
Why? They're still behaving terribly.
そんな期待があるようだ。
これじゃあ俺たちビスコンティのメンツも丸つぶれだな。
I thought everyone in Bologna was supposed to be super devout as well.
組織の顔に泥を塗られたんだ。このまま黙ってはいられねえ。
The ladies, trembling in fear, quickly turned around and left. They called me a holy person. What was going on? I was thoroughly confused by what they said. The Lao Shu was smiling oddly at me. You were there when they started spreading the rumors. Interesting how it seems that the best characters are always the ones who can't romance in these games. I know, right? Like Leo was best boy in Dante's Route. Beautiful character, but not romanceable.
そりゃ俺たちも世間話くらいするからな。
Oh my
信
god.
託の聖女の話がたまたま話題に出ることもある。
We knew they were spreading rumors. Come on, Lily. Oh, and no bishops generally don't generally get prophecies. Yeah, I thought so. It feels weird, but
あいつらありがたがってなんやかんやと俺たちにもいろいろくれる。
I guess back in the day that would be more accepted. I feel like now if a bishop tried to say they'd gotten a prophecy from God, like most people would just not believe it, but
今日俺たちが飲んでた酒も聖女様を守るラオ州への差し入れだぜ。
is Jan like bribing them with alcohol?
これだけ町の奴らに話が広がって
Your
嬉
holiness.
しいだろ聖女様。
The Lao Shu were rolling in laughter. I didn't know what to say. Why is this happening?
本当のことだから仕方ない。近頃その話は広まってて。
Oh, Orlok. My sweet summer child. Wait a second, Orlok. You knew that the prophecy was being spread around town?
はい。
He's gonna be like, what is the problem? It is the truth. You are a saint. Actually, I'm keen to see what happens when he inevitably finds out about Bishop Roseberg's betrayal or whatever. Like, because he's not only gonna have a crisis in faith, he's also gonna have to question how he feels about MC. I'm very ready for this angst.
広まるのはあまり良くない。でも、さっきも言ったように、 ロズベルグ教が授かった神託の聖女がいる。その話を聞けばみんな喜ぶから。
And everyone believes this prophecy?
信じると思う。異端の人間以外は。
Of course, there are a lot of people who wouldn't believe what was being said. But most would believe it if they heard it came from Bishop Roseberg. Come to think of it, Elena seemed like she wanted to say something to me before. It must have been about this. At the very least, rumours are being spread about me without my knowledge. I held my head in my hands, thinking about what I had only now found out. What is Elena going to think, actually, of this? What in the world is going to happen to me? Also, seems to be a couple-minute delay between all my comments actually reaching you. I think my Wi-Fi sucks. I think actually my bitrate at the beginning was a bit iffy as well, so there might be a bit of a delay on my end too. The following day, I woke up much earlier than usual, deep in thought about all that had happened so far. Plus we've been getting storms around Melbourne lately. There was like a concert that was happening like further out from the city, but it got like so rained on that people got stuck there in their cars and had to wait till the next day, like had to sleep in their cars before they could leave. Oh, Orlok. I did like this scene. Bishop Roseberg's prophecy foretold of one who would end the conflict in Bologna. Me, Liliana Adonato. At least that was what Orlok said. The Fazone knew this and marked me as their target. .s? What? Orlok and the Laoshu took me under their custody for my protection. Did they though? Orlok definitely took you into his custody for your protection, but the Laoshu... That's as much as I know at the moment. When will it all end? I mean, we're in chapter 3? We've got a while, Lily. If the prophecy is true, is it going to continue until the conflict in Bologna ends? When would that even happen? That also means that the church is going to be under the Laoshu's watch until then. I'm starting to feel dizzy at the thought. If I really am the one who'll put an end to all the conflict, that must mean I'll need to make that happen. I need to do something to help the people here and at the church. After thinking about it for a while... Ooh, talk to Jan or talk to Orlok? So in the olden days, it was believed that if you burn the proper herbs, you usually end up being weed. You could see visions sent by God. I mean... That's pretty common across lots of different religions. They're not just hallucinations, they're holy visions. I mean, I'm pretty sure I should go talk to Orlok, right? I'm in Orlok's route. I kind of want to see what happens if I talk to Jan, but I think I should go talk to Orlok. Do you mind? I stopped Orlok after breakfast. I'm getting kind of hungry too. Orlok looked at me with interest. He's so cute! Do you mind if we talk before we go to the church?
いいけど。
Orlok tilted his head in curiosity as we headed toward my room. Ooh. I don't think it's going to be anything like that though, they're both so innocent. You see, I wanted to discuss the Laoshu. Given my expression, Orlok seemed to already know what I was going to say.
わからなくもない。俺も彼らの態度には問題があ
Look at
る
his face.
と思う。
I felt relieved hearing that he also didn't feel comfortable with the situation. It's difficult for our parishioners to go to church now because of them. The children and even the sisters at church are scared of them.
わかる。俺もどうかと思ってた。けど、芸家の信託があるからラオ州は正しいとか、正義はラオ州にあるとか。
Orlok. Sweetie.
礼拝に来た人に話してるのも聞いた。
What?
あれは彼らなりの信仰心だと思う。
Their faith? What faith? What do you mean?
きっと芸家に協力できて嬉しくて。
Oh, sweetie. I don't think that's it at all.
みんなに信託の素晴らしさを教えてあげたくなったんだと。 思
Oh, Orlok, no. Lily. Is Lily gonna tell him?
う。だから、多めに見た方がいいのかって悩んでた。
I feel like Orlok just assumes that everybody is actually religious.
彼らがあなたを悩ませてるならダメだと思う。もう許されない。
From the looks of it, my opinion may not sit well with Orlok. We're gonna have an awkward convo. I wasn't sure what he was going to say, but I mustered the courage to speak up. Orlok, do you really believe that they have faith? Oh, we're really gonna have that conversation.
あると思うけど。
Why would they believe they're not even from here?
だって芸家の信託を信じてるから動いて
No.
くれてるわけだし。
Oh, look at his innocent smile as well while he says this. He fully believes this. Buddy, no. They just want the power.
あなたのことも彼らなりに尊重してくれてると思うから。
Oh, buddy. I see. Orlok looked at me with his pure eyes. I finally told him what I truly thought. To be honest, I don't think the Laoshu believes in the prophecy, or the church for that matter. It's likely that they don't believe in God either. Wait, he really needs to be told this? It was so obvious. Although in his eyes, like, why would the bishop work with them if they weren't faithful? Orlok raised his eyebrows in surprise. Oh no, Orlok.
彼らの態度に問題があるのは俺もよくわかる。
We're gonna have to very slowly and gradually decondition him from his brainwashing.
けどまさか神を信じてないってことはないんじゃないかな。
Buddy.
それに芸家がご神託を聞いたことを信じずにいられるなんて普通ありえない。たとえどんな悪人でも神の教えの素晴らしさには胸を打たれるはず。
See, I feel like a key part of Orlok's route is going to be him having a crisis of faith and having to work out what he actually stands for. Because this is like deeply conflicting with what he believes to be true. I shook my head at his unadulterated words of purity. That may apply to most people here, but it doesn't apply to the Laoshu. At least, not from what I've seen or heard. The Laoshu doesn't appear to believe in a single word or teaching from the church. They're heathens who don't believe in God, not the heathens. Most of the Laoshu were from elsewhere. I wasn't surprised they didn't share our faith.
そんな人間現実にいるのかな。
I legitimately thought his confusion was going to be because the bishop was working with them, that he would be like, but why would the bishop work with heathens? Not the fact that he didn't even know heathens existed in the first place. What? Orlok must have been raised with the teachings of the church since he was little. Wait, he really didn't know that there were people who existed out there who didn't believe in God? If so, hearing something so unheard of must come as a surprise to him. Oh, buddy, he's gonna have a rough ride in this route. So many beliefs are being challenged. Yan said that he's offering protection to maintain peace here, but it only looks like he's using that as an excuse to gain power. Oh wow, this is a hard chat for Orlok. Orlok's expression suddenly became serious. He slowly began to speak.
確かにあなたの言葉は正しいと思う。
I mean, he's handling it pretty well, all things considered.
一度芸家に連絡を取る必要があるかもしれない。
Oh no, this isn't gonna go well. Bishop Roseberg is the antagonist in this route.
そもそも信託のことを公表する許可はヤンも俺も得てなかったのに。
Oh no. Yes, and the Laoshu made it public first. The prophecy was disclosed in the middle of town so that everyone could hear. It was then that they said they were involved in Bishop Roseberg's prophecy.
芸家に知らせないと。何をやってたんだろう。
Oh, Orlok. He's having a rough day.
老衆は信用できないって言われてたのに、いつの間にか乗せられてた。
Oh, I hope he doesn't get into trouble. He's doing his best. Just wait until you tell him that people die when he kills them. Oh no! We'll save that conversation for another day, I think. Orlok's had a pretty rough one. Orlok did try to stop Lee back when he spoke loudly of the Oracle in public. Did he just get caught up in all the hype? He was like, look at all these people worshipping the person I've been told is a saint. But that was soon smoothed over by Jan's apology and offered to guard the church grounds. Also, he's very impressionable and easily manipulated. Ooh, meanwhile story. Enigma. Isn't this Rosebug's office? Yeah.
せめて事前に連絡してくれ。私にも予定というものがある。
This guy is so shady.
まあな、そんな迷惑そうな顔しないでよ。今日は君のために来てあげたんだから。
The Emilio.
私のためというと
He is so pretty.
実は少し不思議な噂を聞いてね。
Seeing Dante's route, I was like, he seems a little suspicious, but like very cute. But then someone was like, this guy, and I was like, what? What do you mean? Apparently he is like way shadier than I thought. The person in front of me smiled. His name is Emilio. He was a high-ranking priest within the church. Also Loki an angel. But little else was known about him. Or at least he's portrayed to be angelic. All I knew was that his clan had been in the church for generations.
ねえヨゼフ、君ブルローネマフィアと親交があるんだって？
マフィアと？まさか。
違うのかい？君から女の子を預かったって言っている組織があるらしいけれど。
Look at that innocent angelic face. He couldn't possibly do anything wrong.
エミリオ、まさかあなたともあろう人がそんな噂を本気にしたと。
違うならいいんだ。急に邪魔して悪かったね。
Emilio knows, as if that worked. He smiled and left the room. Like everyone around town is talking about how the Laoshu are working with the bishop, like.
ラオシュが勝手に動いているようだな。まさか私の名前を出しているとは。
Oh, buddy.
あれからの報告は特にない。しかし、あれではヤンを御しきれなかったか。
Her value would be lost if things weren't controlled. Oh man, he's gonna get real mad when he finds out.
早々に何か手を打たなくては。
This may be worse than I thought. We hadn't fully realized what happened. I felt fear inside me slowly starting to take hold. Yeah, this doesn't feel like a great situation to be in. A day passed since Orlok and I spoke of the Laoshu. We headed out to the church as usual. And after a normal day, we head back to the Laoshu's base before sunset. Recently, people have been visiting the church to see the holy person from the prophecy. Whenever this type of screen pops up and it's like this piece of parchment with the text coming on it instead of like the usual visual novel style, I always panic for a second and I'm like, am I on a bad ending? Because it feels like an epilogue. In other words, people were coming to see me. I tried telling them that I wasn't special, but everyone, especially the elderly, simply brushed it off as modesty. The Laoshu must be adept at spreading rumors, as everyone seems to know now. Oh man. People were blindly accepting the rumor as fact, and believed I really was a saint. I felt uneasy being touted as someone holy when that wasn't the case at all. I mean, technically she is holy though. Their excitement in seeing me felt strange. I mean, I don't think she's a saint, but she has that birthmark. She's the key maiden. With all that was going on, Orlok always told me.
俺はとても誇らしい。
I feel like I need to send that into is it Otome Self-Care, the Twitter account that like posts the screenshots of like Otome love interest saying nice things to you.
もちろん信託のことが知れ渡ってるのは良くないけど、あなたは素晴らしい人だって町の人たちが分かってくれるのは
Look at his face!
喜ばしいことだから。
What a cutie. He wasn't happy that it spread in the first place, but he didn't seem too concerned now. Yeah, but the bishop is gonna be real mad. Orlok must be pure to his very core. I don't know, man. He's already murdered a few people. Orlok looked at me worriedly, seeing that I gave a deep sigh. Even though we thought differently, we were both troubled by the situation. I wonder if things will get better if he gets in touch with Bishop Roseberg. I suppose I should wait until then, but the guards stationed at the church were getting rowdier by the day.
どうしたんだよ、聖女様。早く行こうぜ。帰りも俺らがしっかり護衛してやっから。
I love how one of the themes in Dante's route was like, the mafia aren't that bad, actually. And now we're in one of the ones where we're dealing with the Lao Shu instead, and it's like, no, the mafia really are that bad, actually. We were walking through Arca. Suddenly, I noticed the sun extending long shadows in front of me. That's Dante! I looked to see where the shadows were from. In front of me was Signor Falzone. How did she not notice him standing right in front of her? He is very pretty, but we already romanced him. The Falzone family boss was in front of me, along with his men. Yikes, this feels bad. This feels dangerous. Why are they here? Don't we have guards? And Orlok? Whatever the reason, their presence in Arca like this didn't bode well. I suddenly recalled the day when the Falzone attacked the Lao Shu. That's strange. I don't see Signor Francesco around. Oh dear. That his wound's not healed yet since the encounter with Orlok? No. Where is Nicola? Orlok moved in front of me to protect me from the threat. Dante was quietly looking at us. Wait, he's not looking at the both of us. Oh, he's going to be glaring daggers at Orlok. The man who murdered his father. I finally noticed. Dante was not glaring at us, but rather at Orlok alone.
なんだ? ファルツォーネの頭がわざわざ俺らにご挨拶ってか?
Wants to avenge his father. The Lao Shu's words fell on deaf ears. Dante began to speak.
教会の娘を盾にしたラオ州の蛮行。名誉ある男として見過ごせるものじゃない。
As a gentleman.
お前たちは教会を汚す行いを繰り返し、町の人々を怯えさせている。何より。
Dante's glare sharpened even more as his eyes were locked on Orlok. Oof, that is his angry face.
ファルツォーネにとって、お前は絶対に始末しなければならない存在だ。
Man, shit's about to go down. Dante's eyes were cold and filled with rage. I could hear it in his low voice. But please wait, Signor Falzone. Man, look how mad he is. Dante reacted to my voice and turned his eyes toward me. I mustered the strength to speak up against his cold stare. What do you mean by removal? Wait, what do you think he means, Lily? Is that really the most important question right now? The Falzone family were the ones who struck the Lao Shu first. Okay, here we go. Orlok was simply guarding the...
そんな些細な問題じゃない。
Huh? Then why are you...
お前に教える義理はない。
Huh?
これは俺たちファルツォーネの問題だ。
Why is Dante so mean outside of his own route? He coldly cut me off. It seemed nothing I could say would get through. Does Orlok know? Orlok shook his head without a single word. Surely Orlok remembers killing him, right? He then quietly brandished his dagger and prepared to face Dante.
お前たちではあの男の相手にならない。下がっていろ。
Oh my god. This is so tense. Because you're just some girl he doesn't know who's actively causing problems for him. I know, but still. I just played his best ending where we got married. Dante gave orders for his men to stay back.
よくわかんねえが、やる気なんだろ? のこのこ出てきてくれて感謝するぜ。ここであんたを殺せば、俺も大出世だ。
Oh my god, this feels so bad.
うちのカポがお前ら雑魚に殺されるような器だと思っているのか?
Maybe we shouldn't be having like a gunfight out in the street?
お前らの相手は俺たちがしてやるよ。覚悟しやがれ。言ってくれんじゃねえか。
Oh my god, this is not gonna go well. Both sides were ready to fight. Orlok looked at me and began speaking in a calm tone. Surely Orlok knows. why Dante would be mad at him, right?
彼らの狙いは俺ファルツォーネがあなたを直接狙うことはない。
Because he should also know that the Falzone have like a sacred mission to protect the Key Maiden, so he knows Dante's not going to hurt Lily.
当然だ。彼女を害する理由はない。目的はお前とラオ州の構成員だけだ。
But surely this would make Orlok question what Bishop Roseberg said to him, because Bishop Roseberg taught him that the Falzone are there to protect Lily, but also that they're the ones who are currently posing a threat to Lily. Like, that doesn't make sense.
だからあなたは離れてて。
I don't want to see them fight. If only the conflict could end without anyone getting hurt, but yeah, I don't think that's going to happen now. I think we're past that point. I was born a citizen of Bologna. That's how I knew it wasn't an option, especially with Dante here in person. Please, be careful. Aww. Orlok smiled at my concern, even though I was powerless to do much else. Here we go again. Knife versus gun, who's gonna win? I moved away from them as Dante slowly pointed his gun at Orlok. Gunfire resounded throughout Arca. Wait, meanwhile story now? I want to watch the gunfight. Rat trap. Oh, this will be Nicola doing something while Dante's dealing with Orlok. Ain't no way they're not taking advantage of this. Yeah, here we go.
いきなり攻め込んできやがるなんてどういうことだ。聞いてねえぞ。
Because Nicola would have no problems getting into a fight at church because we've already established that he's not very devout.
そんなもん俺だって知らねえよ。とにかく中だ。シスターやガキを人質に取れ。
Religious fanatics making sense don't be ridiculous. True.
そうすりゃあいつらは動けねえ。誰もいねえぞ。どういうことだよ。おかしいだろ。いつもなら。
君たちは袋のネズミだ。
We pushed back the Laoshu soldiers to the refectory. I called Sister Sophia to have everyone evacuated before the battle. I couldn't allow anyone here to fall hostage to them. Except, weren't the Laoshu actually... Wouldn't they actually try and protect them? Or am I giving them too much credit?
順番に駆除してあげるよ。死にたい順に前に出ておいで。
Well, this is a bit intense. Leo and the soldiers pointed their weapons at the Laoshu. The Laoshu bit his lip and tried to draw his gun. Yikes. I don't know how this is going to end because we're technically on the Laoshu side and they're clearly the antagonists in this story. So, like, I don't think they can win in the end. But then how are Lily and Orlok going to win? Oh man, I don't know. I'll just have to see, I guess. I took him down, but the shot sent a jolt through the wound inflicted by Orlok.
これくらいの痛みでためらっている暇はない。
援護します。任せてください。
Oh, Leo.
グラツィエレオ、頼もしいね。
I don't think that was necessarily the correct facial expression for him to have. He looked way too happy about this. As I gave my thanks to Leo, I pointed my gun at the next target. Yikes. One by one, they fell. Ew. Why the squelchy noise? The smell of blood filled the refectory. Yeah, I was gonna say, Dante would not be able to murder people in the church, even if it's the refectory, but Nicola apparently doesn't have a problem with it.
これなら僕がいなくても大丈夫か。残る標的はオルロックか。情報屋としてはなかなか使える男だったけど、敵に回るとこんなに厄介だったとはね。
Why was Orlok acting as his informant? They could elope, true. That's the only, like, outcome that I can see working. Unless they switch sides and they leave the Laoshu.
ダンテならきっと大丈夫だ。いや、そう思いたいけど。
But then that makes me even more curious to see how Yun's route goes because, like, we can't flip-flop or elope with Yun. Something didn't feel right. And I don't see Yun having, like, some sort of epiphany and becoming a good person.
レオ、ここは君たちに任せる。僕は向こうに加勢してくる。
はい。ご無事で、ニコラさん。
After hearing Leo's reply, I quickly turned around and sprinted out of the refectory.
嫌だな。僕の予感は昔から悪いものほどよく
My bad premonitions usually come true. What bad premonition? I mean, it's unlikely that Orlok is going to die in this fight because we haven't branched his endings yet, but There's no reason why Dante couldn't die right now. The thunderous sound hailed the beginning of the battle between Orlok and the Falzone. Orlok and Dante's fight triggered an outbreak amongst the others. Shouts and gunfire filled the air. The area had been completely taken over by violence. I mean, Nicola's one wasn't really so much of a fight as just an execution. That was pretty brutal. Amidst the clamor, Dante stayed behind cover and targeted Orlok from a distance. His men were surrounding him so that Orlok couldn't get close. The music is so hype. Whoosh. Stabby stabby, but Orlok moved swiftly and easily, dodging the bullets aimed for him because apparently that's a thing he can do. I'm looking forward to them explaining this. Dante fired his last shot, then quickly reloaded his gun. I like the sound effects though. Normal humans wouldn't be able to dodge incoming bullets like that, but Orlok had proven that he was more than capable of doing so. Yes, please explain why, I want to know. Please, don't get hurt. I wanted to shut my eyes and cover my ears against the violence in front of me, but knowing that my involvement had led to this battle kept me from doing so. I shook with fear and tried my best to keep my eyes open. I actually really like Lily. I feel like I didn't talk about that much when I was playing Dante's route, but as a protagonist, I think she's pretty good. She's like still pretty naive and innocent, but she also speaks her mind and like actually actively gets involved in things. And like right now, I respect this, that she's like scared, but she's like, I shouldn't just look away because it's kind of my fault in a way. She has a strong sense of responsibility, I think is what I'm trying to say. Dante fired his gun so hard that Orlok's hood fell off. Not the hood.
対応。俺はまだ血を流してもいないけど。
Don't taunt him.
そうか。望み通り次はその脳天をぶち抜いてやろう。
Orlok gauged his distance from Dante amidst the rain of bullets.
お前さえいなければ、俺たちは。
Wow, Dante's really losing his composure. He didn't even act like this at any point in his own route that I can remember. Dante yelled at Orlok with a burning hatred in his eyes. Orlok? Orlok was looking at Dante with a trace of remorse in his expression. At the very least, he didn't look like someone engaged in the midst of battle. He's just so angsty and serene. I'm not sure why, but what Dante just said is worrying. Is he implying that Orlok was involved with the Falzone somehow?
今のファルツォーネにブルローネを守る権利はない。
お前か、それを言うか。
Dante's rage swelled the moment he heard Orlok's words. He was so angry that it looked like his aim was becoming shaky.
甘い。
Says you, Orlok. Orlok saw an opening and quickly closed the distance, swinging his dagger. Ouch. Dante barely parried the blade, using the butt of his gun. Orlok is at a huge advantage now that he's within striking range. Even I could tell that the tides had turned in Orlok's favor. Dante tried to kick him away, but Orlok simply shifted to one side. Orlok lowered his blade down onto Dante, which grazed his skin. Yeah, this doesn't seem like it's going well for Dante. It looks like Orlok has the advantage, but... ... I wasn't sure why, but it felt like he was confused right now. What's going on? Wait, is he just stopping? Orlok took a deep breath, then jumped back to create distance.
Dante, Falzone.
What is he doing?
俺はあなたを見過ごせない。彼女を守り抜くためにはあなたも殺すしかない。
Oh, he doesn't want to kill him. The air rustled. Orlok positioned his knife. I could tell he was prepared to kill.
ようやく火がついたか。そうでなくては。
Yeah, isn't Nicola about to show up?
殺しがいがない。
まだ遅い。
Imagine saying that to a bullet. Dante fired his gun, but Orlok was already gone from where he stood. He extended his dagger out in front of him, but Dante jumped back before it hit. It felt like this was never going to end, but then... Yeah, Nicola's showing up, isn't he? Orlok kicked the ground hard. He leaped fearlessly toward Dante, whose gun was pointed at him. What? The dagger gleamed for a moment. Did he throw it? I wasn't able to bear the sight any longer. I shut my eyes tightly. Oh my god. No. Did Dante actually just die? I didn't need to see to know what happened. The dagger pierced deep into Dante's skin and... Wait, something wasn't right. Wait, what is happening? Open your eyes, Lily! I slowly opened my eyes after hearing blood being choked up. Oh, did Nicola jump in the way? The first thing I saw was Dante holding a silhouette in his arms. No, his clothes... Oh my god, his clothes were covered in blood. The smell of bloody rust filled the air. Yo, Dante is never going to forgive Orlok after this. Slowly, I began to comprehend what happened. No, he jumped in front of Dante to protect him? No, Nicola!
Francesca.
I thought Nicola was going to show up, but I didn't think he was going to show up like this. Orlok's voice shook as he spoke his name.
貴様、よくもニコラを。こいつはいい様だな。アンダーボスの肩なしだ。
Nicola, I like Nicola though.
なんだと。
The Falzone family exploded in rage at the Lao Shu's jeers.
Dante.
Oh!
君は無事。
I wasn't expecting anyone to die this soon. Maybe he'll survive. This wound looks very fatal, but maybe.
そう。よかった。
Oh. Oh no, his wound is too deep. Don't make me cry again. We're like in chapter 3. Bologna had its share of rivalries. Strano in particular was rife with violence. I'd been there many times to help those injured and in need. Which is why I knew. He's not going to make it. Ow, my heart, my heart. Orlok quickly removed himself from the area and came toward me. Yeah, we need to run while everyone's focusing on this.
今しかない。行こう。
Orlok extended his arm to me, turning his back to the ensuing gunfire. The concept of taking someone's life struck me hard at seeing Orlok's bloody hand. I froze in position, unable to take the hand he offered out to me. Oh, this happens a lot too in Otome games though. Where they start to like the love interest, but then the love interest does something like this and then they like reject them a bit. Orlok looked at me, his eyes betrayed a sense of regret. But he forced himself to grab my hand and set off running. I tried to keep up to him, somewhat hesitantly. I can't believe Nicola just died. I kept turning back, worried about what was happening behind me. Like in Dante's route, I was surprised that there was character death, but it didn't happen until the ending. Dante was glaring at us, yelling at the top of his lungs with Nicola in his arms. Oh man. Dante's grudge against Orlok just got so much bigger. I feel bad for Dante in this route. His anger and sorrow could be heard from where we were. Oh. Ow. The sun set as we... I'm actually so upset. The sun set as we continued running through back alleys. In my desperate running, my emotions had calmed to a dull throb.
少し待ってて。様子を見てくる。
Wait, literally, what chapter are we in? Save. We're in chapter 3. Each route has like 10 chapters. Where are we going from here? Who said this route was boring? I disagree. I have not been bored yet. Orlok moved toward the street to see if it was clear. He quickly returned to me.
引き返そう。ベレーヌへの道が塞がれてる。
I love how he kind of blends in with the alleyway. They have us surrounded?
ダンテは俺たちを待ち受けてたから事前に準備しておいたんだと思う。
Yeah, this is not a good situation to be
毎日
in.
のことがあっても絶対に俺たちを逃がさないように。アルカを大きく迂回してラオ州の拠点に戻る。
Seeing the anxiety on my face, Orlok did his best to reassure me.
ここにいても状況は悪くなるだけ。
Yes, I suppose so. Man, Lily's having a rough day too.
ニコ、ベレーノに戻ればさすがにファルツォーネも手出しできないはず。
Did we just like leave all the other Lao Shu guys there though? We did our best and took to the shadows as we headed back to where we came from. Oh man, I feel so bad about this. We worked our way through a narrow alley when... Who did? No! Oh man. Like, Orlok can dodge bullets, but Lily can't. Am I in a bad end? I screamed, hearing bullets strike the wall near me.
あなたがいるのに構わず撃ってくるなんて。
Because you made them mad by killing Nicola.
あの人たち相当頭に血が上ってる。俺のせいだ。
Aww.
よくない。
Orlok expresses his regret, then reached out to me. Orlok?
ごめんなさい。この方が早い。
Are we gonna get a piggyback? Ah! Oh, is he just gonna hoik us over his shoulder again? As I was wondering what he meant, he suddenly picked me up in his arms. Wait, no Princess Carrie? That's even better.
舌を噛まないように口は閉じてて。あなたのことは俺が守るから。
After Orlok mumbled those words, he suddenly sprinted off toward the street. Okay, where did he get this super strength from though? And also, wow, it is so windy outside. He told me to keep my mouth closed, but I couldn't keep my voice from escaping me. We're going to leave the alley?
日が暮れたからカジノ前の通りは賑わう。だから人に紛れてこの界隈を通り抜ける。でもこうやってるとどうしても目立つ。
Yeah, it would look a bit suspicious.
ここは歩いてもらわないとだけど。
If it's just like Princess carrying us around town. I see. I was worried that it was too open out there, but his plan did make sense. I doubt the Falzone would risk the lives of the people out there. I got myself out of his arms to stand up when... Wait, what? The Falzone soldier that came after us began to shoot into the crowd? Dude.
なんだ注意か。
ファルツォーネは本気で手段を選ばないつもりか。
Orlok carried me again and mumbled words of exasperation. This can't be happening. Meanwhile, story now? Promotion. Is this going to be Gil, maybe?
それじゃ商談成立ってことで。
Wait, was he in the casino while this is happening? Man, this sucks. We're in such a bad situation. If Gil gets involved too, this is not going to be good for us. Before I could finish, I heard gunshots outside. Dude, how are we going to get out of this? The chaos grew so loud that I could hear it all happening clearly.
なんだ銃声。まさか嗅ぎつけられたんじゃないだろうな。
Wait, who is this?
落ち着いてくれ。あれは別件だ。ビスコンティを介した取引は安全。
I tried to calm the man to try and finish our business. Gunfire continued outside. The man went pale and quickly stood up.
ブルローネのビスコンティに任せれば安心だと思っていたのに。私は帰る。今日の取引は白紙だ。
The man hurriedly grabbed his suitcase and quickly hurried out of the room. He hurried hurriedly.
カッツ。
Katsu?
でかい商談だったんだけどな。これを逃すと
Oh
かな
no.
り響いちまう。
So now we've pissed off the Falzone and the Visconti. Oh look, buddy.
困ったことになってしまいましたね、レッドフォード
Oh
様。
my fave, I don't even know his name.
よくも人事みたいに言えたもんだな。お前のとこの警備はどうなってる？あの銃声、一体何があった？この騒ぎは誰の仕業だ？
Look at his hair. Magnificent.
それが私どもでも対処しきれないイレギュラーが起きてしまいまして。
イレギュラー？
実はファルツォーネファミリーが。
How has he possibly heard about what happened already? The street I once knew was now filled with a screaming chaos resembling hell itself. Wow, they're so loud though. I couldn't breathe well. May they be safe. All I could do was pray for the people left behind as Orlok sped on. Why? Why is this all... Thank God the screaming stopped. That was so loud. Unable to handle the fear, I closed my eyes and covered my ears with shaking hands. Elena's kind of pretty though. How much time had passed? I couldn't hear the gunfire or the voices of our pursuers anymore. We somehow made our escape and finally arrived in Veleno. I asked Orlok to let me down, but he wasn't listening to me. He carried me back into my room and slowly lowered me onto the bed. Aww. Thank you, Orlok.
俺は役目を果たしただけ。
Thinking about what happened was making me sick. It happened right in front of my eyes. Well, not really, because you kind of shut your eyes right at the moment that it happened. I couldn't believe how quickly and easily someone could die. Yeah, that's true though, that is a trauma. Even if I acknowledged it, what happened today was too much for me to handle. And like, he was a dude that Lily knew. Like, they'd spoken to each other and stuff, so that would be pretty rough. Orlok was watching me worriedly, seeing me fall silent.
さっきはごめんなさい。ダンテを殺せなくて。
I don't think she wanted you to kill Dante, my dude.
本当はあの場で殺しておかないとダメだった。ダンテがいなくなればあなたが安全に過ごせる可能性が上がったのに。
Yeah, I feel like everything is kind of worse now, but that's not Orlok's fault. Lily needs to go talk to Bishop Roseberg and sort this shit out. Like, how do we even fix this? Orlok was truly regretting it and repenting from the bottom of his heart. Like, until someone stops Bishop Roseberg, like, they're just gonna keep fighting with each other, and the Falzoni and the Visconti aren't gonna let down. That was apparent to me, but like, Orlok's gonna have to murder everyone to protect us at this point. Don't kill anymore, or next time just run. What do I say? Don't kill anymore, or next time just run. I feel like, I don't know, if I say next time just run, maybe that'll be interpreted as, like, he might counter that by saying, like, I can't run, I have to protect you. So maybe I'll just say don't kill anymore. Like, clearly he's so OP that he can stop people without killing them. Please, I don't want you to kill anymore.
Huh?
You don't need to apologize for not being able to kill him, not one bit. Orlok blinked repeatedly. It appeared he was quite confused.
俺が殺されそうな時も殺さない方がいい?
Wait, even if I'm on the verge of death? I didn't say that. Well...
殺さなければあなたが死ぬなら殺さないわけにはいかない。
Orlok.
どうしてあなたがそんなことを言ったのかわからない。俺はできるだけあなたが望むようにしたいと思う。
I feel like trying to have any kind of physical relationship with this guy would be like, oh, I don't think he's a child. He's about the same age as Lily, I think. He just seems young. He's like he's innocent and naive, but...
今日怖かったと思う。だから改めてごめんなさい。あなたは戦いに慣れてないのに危険にさらしてしまった。俺がいればあなたのことは守れると思ってたけど、銃で狙われるなんて初めてだろうし、怪我はなくても怖かった。
True, I mean, like, he doesn't have to worry about bullets, but we do. It was beyond scary, but The image of Signor Francesca, stabbed and bleeding, crossed my mind. Next came the memory of people running in fear. I could recall what happened vividly, which made it hard for me to breathe. I saw someone's life about to be taken. That was much scarier than being in danger myself. See, she's also pretty innocent and naive. Is he mentally the same age as you? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think, she said he was the same age as her. Orlok didn't say a word. It looked like he was thinking about something. Like, I think he's just innocent because he's been pretty sheltered by the church. After a brief pause, he looked up at me and spoke.
誰かが傷つくのはあなたにとって良くないこと。
Yes. I don't want to get hurt, but I also don't want others to get hurt either. And I also don't want to see you hurting others.
俺か
He had a bewildered look on his face. I feel like he's lived in a very sheltered environment within the church and he's just now experiencing the outside world. Seeing his expression made me realize something that had been bothering me for a while. I feel like this is the first time he's encountered anyone who's like challenged what he believes. Both Orlok and I think differently in terms of what life is. We were both followers of the church, yet our beliefs were starkly different. That's because Orlok was raised by someone who isn't actually very Christian. I despaired at realizing it, and knowing that it may be hard for him to see things my way. Even so, I want Orlok to understand me better. Orlok? One other thing came to mind. It seemed like Dante was strangely focused on you today. Wow, we're really gonna bring this up now? Is there something going on between you two?
ファルツォーネにとって、お前は絶対に始末しなければならない存在だ。
Yeah, like I said, I feel like this grudge has only gotten deeper now.
お前さえいなければ、俺たちは、ファルツォーネは。
Like, I don't see this rift being healed. Like, how do we come back from this? Dante's never gonna forgive him. How are we gonna convince Dante to stop hunting him? Like, is Orlok actually just gonna have to kill him? He seemed to imply that there was something that happened before the attack on the Lao Shu.
それは
Look at those big eyes. He's like, me? What? I didn't do anything bad. Definitely didn't murder his dad. What?
俺
What
にも確信はないけど
do you mean you're not sure? What else would it be? Orlok suddenly closed his mouth. He seemed hesitant to finish his sentence. He shook his head a bit, then opened his mouth again to continue.
俺がファルツォーネより先にあなたを連れて行ったから
Buddy, is Orlok the innocent cinnamon roll really about to lie?
ファルツォーネのメンツを潰されたことを怒ってるんじゃないかって思う
Wait, unless Orlok actually doesn't remember because Dante barely remembered. And I feel like Orlok's younger than Dante. That did seem to make sense. They put honor first and foremost in their lives.
ファルツォーネは勘違いしてる
Wait, does Orlok actually not know why he's angry at him?
自分たちこそこのブルローネの正当な守護者だって
I mean, his eyes looked pretty blank in that CG of him as a kid, so maybe he like doesn't remember it. That sounded odd, the Mafia being guardians? Or maybe that was simply Orlok's way of explaining things.
だから芸家の信託が見出したあなたを手に入れたかったのかももしくは消してしまうか
Something seems suspicious. If the Falzone family seriously thinks that Orlok and I defiled their family's name, why do they keep using the word defiled? They will probably continue hunting us with all their might.
ヤンに話をする必要がある今日あったことを伝えないと
Dude, he's being manipulated by Bishop Roseberg and Yan. Oh, meanwhile story. Actually, what has Yan been doing through all of this? I don't know if this will be him though. Nicola. Oh my god, we're really cutting to Nicola right now? Feels almost like I'm... Why do we have to repeat this? I'm already sad about it. I can't open my eyes. Wait, he made it back to the manor? Maybe he's not gonna die. I felt pain in my chest as I regained consciousness. I squirmed, trying to find a position that would make the pain go away, but my body wouldn't move. I couldn't seem to wake myself up, or even move my fingers. Oh no, maybe he's not. I somehow got my eyes to open, but everything was so blurry.
ああ僕は死ぬんだな
Why do we have to drag this out even more? I only now realized what was happening. I felt like someone was nearby. I tried my best to focus through the pain. I see.
Dante.
Oh. Dante was looking at me with an expression on his face I'd never seen before. It almost looked as if he was going to cry. Oh.
ダンテが泣くのを見たのなんて、彼の親が死んだ時くらいだ。
That's because you're like his brother.
僕が死んでも泣くんだろうか。
Almost definitely. I did my best to lift my right hand.
ニコラ。
Aww. Dante spoke my name. I took his hand tightly with whatever remaining strength I had. I'm gonna cry if this continues much longer.
僕が死ねば、ダンテは一人でこの組織を、この家族を守らなければならない。
The last thing I wanted was for Dante to carry such a burden alone, but
こうなってしまったらもう、僕がダンテに言ってやれることは一つしかない。
I hoped that Dante wouldn't break after my departure. I spoke my last words to him.
ダンテ、君はワルツォーネのカポッタ。絶対に負ける。
Dante was looking straight at me.
違う。あの男は必ず仕留める。
Is that really necessary, game? I squinted as I let out my last breath. Ow, my heart. I wish that he would stay strong. I am tearing up slightly.
僕がいなくなっても、この過酷な世界を生き抜けるように。
The pain began to subside. My strength slowly ebbed. I slowly, ever so slowly, closed my eyes. Ow, that hurt so much. I can't believe Nicola died. Play romance games, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
あなたが落ち着いたら、行こう。
Pushing down my heavy feelings, I reluctantly nodded back. This route is way more, like, messed up than Dante's route. Dante's route was so chill compared to this. People were already sitting at the tables by the time we arrived. Actually, seeing as we just started a new chapter, I'm gonna save and I'm gonna be right back. Quickly, I need to get more water. I also need, like, a moment to process what just happened. Alright, BRB. And back. That was wild. I still can't believe that happened. Like I said, I knew characters could die in this game, but I was not expecting it in chapter 3. And I have no idea how they're gonna fix this. Dante is way too far gone. Like, is Dante gonna have to die too? I don't see him ever, like, forgiving Orlok, no matter how cute he is. Alright, aside from Yan, the other Lao Shu men were here too.
Yan, 報告がある。
Yan narrowed his eyes and tilted his head in anticipation.
なんだ、言ってみろ。
I also, like, I'm very keen to play Yan's route. I think I'll play his after Orlok. It's like, what do you even do with that? Like, he's clearly so evil.
今日、教会からの帰り道でファルツォーネの襲撃を受けた。こちらから彼女を奪おうとファルツォーネは焦ってるらし
い。なるほど。おそらく同時刻だろうが、教会もファルツォーネの襲撃を受けている。交戦の連絡を受けて増援を送った。
This just feels like everything is going downhill and keeps going downhill. Like, how are we turning this around? Fighting at the church? I clasped my hands together in prayer, hearing the dreadful news. Please be safe.
それで、怪我はなかったのか?
Jan wasn't looking at Orlok. He was looking at me now. And like, what is Bishop Roseberg and Jan's plan? Like, well, no, I know Jan's plan. Jan just wants to fight and have fun and take over stuff. Like, I just don't know what their end game is. I was surprised to hear him ask such a question. I'm fine. Orlok did his best to protect me from harm.
そうか。向こうの目的はお前だからな。無事で何よりだ。
But thinking back on what Dante said, it seemed like he was after Orlok, not me. I decided not to say that to Jan. I still don't trust Jan. I don't blame you. He's, like I said, he's like the least trustworthy character we've come across. If I say anything to him, it could put Orlok at a disadvantage. Maybe my concern toward Orlok was unwarranted, but I knew Orlok was doing his very best to try and protect me. There was no way I would do anything to put him in a predicament.
ファルツォーネのアンダーボス、ニコラ・フランチェスカを殺した。
Oh boy. Jan just smiles. Jan grinned widely with interest.
フランチェスカを？すごい！今日はお祝いね。
オルロックのこと、ちょっと見直したよ。やるときはやるんだね。
The twins continued praising Orlok, who wasn't showing any expression.
正確にはニコラ・フランチェスカの死亡までは確認できてないけど。
No, but like, we're pretty sure he died, right?
でもあの怪我なら死ぬのは確実。奇跡でも起きない限り。
Are they setting up for Nicola actually being okay? Because, I mean, in Dante's route we encountered a situation where someone should have died and then a miracle did save them. Orlok coldly stated the facts without a change in tone.
火薬にかまけて町を私物化するファルツォーネに神の加護はない。
Did Dante's dad actually do something wrong? Or is that still part of Bishop Roseberg's thing to, for some reason, get rid of the Falzone family? Like, why does the bishop have something against
だ
them?
から奇跡は起きない。
But what if a miracle does happen, Nicola survives, and then Orlok's like, but wait a minute, the bishop told me something different.
そうか。それは見事な功績だな。もちろん、ファルツォーネ自身を仕留めるのが最上ではあるが、フランチェスカはなかなかに有能だ。これで彼女の安全もより確実なものになる。
Like, come on, Orlok. Even you, Mr. Naive. Look at that man. He's so shady. Though Jan praised him, Orlok remained silent and expressionless. Unbelievable. Jan is praising him with a smile for killing someone. Because plot, true. You're getting hit by the severe winds. I almost got blown off the road. Yeah, it's been nuts. I can hear it like... I mean, I'm inside, so I'm okay. But, I can hear it like battering the side of my house. And also, are you okay?
報告は分かった。では、俺から一つ提案がある。
What? I could feel my expression turn grim. With what happened with his guards at church, I doubted he'd say anything good. That is probably accurate.
ワルツォーネがそこまでお前に執着を見せているのなら、格好の作戦がある。
Like, is the plot of this route actually us just, like, the Laoshu beating the Falzone and the Visconti? Like, are they gonna win? Oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm used to driving guys on wheels. Fair enough. Jan's lifeless eyes looked at me.
神託の聖女が直接ブルローネの人々に語りかけ、彼らに新しい道を示せばいい。
Oh, that's right. I forgot that we're technically part of a prophecy. I wonder if that's actually going to happen though. Like, is that meant to be foreshadowing? A new path?
ワルツォーネを倒し、このブルローネを本来の持ち主、住民たちの手に取り戻す。
Is he saying that to Lily? How's Lily going to defeat the Falzone family? What? What Jan was saying was to rile up the citizens to take up arms against the Falzone. Oh, I see. Like a Joan of Arc kind of thing.
これが神のおぼしめした。と、お前が言えば民衆は信じるだろう。
Damn, there's even a prophecy? There is. This time there's a prophecy for Lily to be the one to end the conflict. Unlike Jan, I frowned. Yeah, he's enjoying this way too much. You want me to tell the people to fight?
表現が悪い。俺はあくまで平和のための使者になってくれ。と言っているだけだ。
Simply asking you to be a messenger of peace by telling the people to turn against the Falzone. There was no way I would do what he said. But I was also worried about what Jan would do if I refused. There's no telling how he'll react if things don't go his way. But I can't accept this order. I looked right at him with resolve. Hell yeah, tell him, Lily. I can't do that. Oh, good for her. It's because... Oh no, don't make me choose. Oh dear. I'm not a saint, or I can't deceive the people. I don't think I'm gonna say I'm not a saint, because he'll just be like, disrespectfully, I disagree. I can't deceive the people, I think is what I'm gonna say, because that's more, like, just arguing with him on the point of her being a saint or not, I feel like is not very helpful. I can't deceive the people, even if I were the person from the prophecy. A holy person wouldn't tell them to fight for a prophecy she didn't receive herself. Bishop Roseberg wasn't told to use such violent means, was he? No, damn, no gaslight girl boss option. Man, I feel like we need to actually speak to Bishop Roseberg face to face. Orlok nodded, hearing my words. It seemed he agreed with what I was saying.
彼女の言う通りだ。そんなことはできないし、させられない。
Actually, true. I was gonna say, like before, have her Joan of Arc moment leading the people kind of thing because of a prophecy, but Joan of Arc had those prophecies herself. Orlok was clearly on my side. I felt a rush of relief.
これからゲイカや彼女が新たな信託を授かる可能性は十分にあると思う。
Is it though?
でも、偽りの信託を告げさせるなんていけない。
I can't remember what exactly Bishop Roseberg said. Was it just that Lily was a holy person and that she would end the conflict?
神の名を語るのは大罪。決して許されない。
なるほど、言い分は分かった。
He's like, alright, so let me just go talk to Bishop Roseberg real quick. He'll have another prophecy, and then we can do the thing that I just said. He must have expected us to refuse. He calmly accepted my reasoning. Joan of Arc was also later witch and declared a witch and burned at the stake. Yeah. So, this probably isn't the best path for MC to take.
なら今の提案はなしとしよう。代わりに、ロズベルグ教が受けた信託をより広めていく。
To this day, the British and the French still argue over that. Yeah, I think now it's pretty obvious that It was just people made decisions based on what was beneficial to them. The British recognized that she was a threat, so they came up with an excuse to execute her. And then the French abandoned her even after everything she'd done for them. Like, everybody was bad in that situation.
ロズベルグ教は教会に住む金の神の娘こそ悪しき者たちの争いを終わらせるものだ。
Oh, that's right, he didn't even say Lily specifically. He just said the golden-haired girl at church, and just so happened that Lily is the only blonde girl there.
マフィアによる抗争を終焉に導くものになるだろうとそう言っていたな。
But how is Lily meant to do that?
これは間違いのない信託だろう。
I recalled the prophecy I was told back when Orlok abducted me. Yeah, that happened.
あのお方は
So romantic.
神の声を聞いたんです。
Whatever convenient at the time. Yeah, I mean, that's
神の家に暮らす
usually
金
how it
の
happens.
神を持つ娘こそ悪しき者たちの争いを終わらせる。すなわち
I love that they made it sound so vague that it like wasn't like God was just like, yeah, that girl, Liliana Adonato, she's the one in the prophecy. It was just like a girl with golden hair, which sounds so like mysterious. But then there's only one blonde girl at the church, so it's exactly the same as just saying Liliana Adonato.
マフィアによる抗争を終焉に導くものになるだろうとそう神はおっしゃった。
Alright, but does God want to give any like tips on how to do that? Otherwise, that's just a lot of pressure.
ロズベルグ教の信託を信じるなら信託の聖女を襲った連中つまりファルツオーネを放置していいはずがないそう人々に訴えるべきではないか
But blonde being rare is such a Japanese story thing. I know, right? We're in the middle of Italy. But apparently we're the only blonde person. Young was twisting words to try and turn things his way. I mean, that's not out of character for him.
それは嘘は言ってないから
Oh, come on,
町の
buddy.
人を騙すわけじゃない。
Buddy, don't let yourself be manipulated this easily. I feel like Lily is also closer to being Mother Teresa than anyone else. Mother Teresa was recently declared a saint. Yeah, that's true. I think there's like lots of references to various sort of assorted Christian things. Like I said, this isn't actually very Christian. There's a lot of things that are... I don't think an actual Christian person would put in their story if they were making Christianity a distinct theme, but there's like little snippets of bits here and there.
ブルローネはファルツォーネに支配されるべきじゃない。神もそう望んでるはず。でも俺は賛成できない。
Just loose historical references. Yeah, and like references to stuff in the Bible as well. But also, man, Orlok's gonna have such a rough time when he realizes that Bishop Roseberg has been lying to him this whole time. Also, surprise twist, one of the babies actually has blonde hair. It turns out to be them that God was talking about. True. Could be like a Harry Potter thing where it's like it could have been Harry or Neville, just because Voldemort happened to pick Harry. That's how he ended up being the chosen one. Maybe we're gonna have a similar situation.
Oh?
ゲイカはそもそも信託を公にする許可をまだ出してない。それにそんなことをすれば彼女の身に危険が及ぶ可能性が高い。
He's actually standing up to Yun though. Like props to him for that.
ファルツォーネは絶対に黙ってないし、彼らにとって彼女はますます邪魔な存在になる。
And like, I'm actually curious to know who would win in a fight between Orlok and Yun. Dante mentioned that he has no reason to harm me. Yeah, stuff isn't adding up. Oh, hey, biscuits. But after what happened today, I felt a shiver run down my spine. There was no telling what would happen now. In fact, his men fired at me right after Nicola Francesca fell. True, they weren't gonna hurt Lily, but now they're really mad.
彼女は大切な存在だから、矢面に立たせるような真似は絶対にできない。
When are we gonna actually get to meet Bishop Roseberg? Because I feel like that's gonna help us with some of these issues. Orlok's countenance was severe as he denounced Jan's suggestion.
大体、彼女のことが町中に知られてしまったのは、ラオス州の人間の不活な言動のせい。
Okay, but these two bickering isn't gonna be very helpful for anything.
俺は今は徹底して彼女を隠すべきかもしれないって
隠す？教会に行くのも禁じるのか？随分とかわいそうなことをする。
Oh no. Jan spoke words of pity to me, but his smile said otherwise. Yeah, he's just doing it to mess with Orlok.
それでも彼女の安全には変えられない。ゲイカはブルローネの構想の終焉を望んでる。彼女の安全、彼女の保護も。
No, he wants all of Bologna to be under the power of one group of mafia people that happen to be in his pocket. I guess technically that is a desire to end the conflict. Jan narrowed his eyes in glee. Seeing that we could not be persuaded, he came from a different angle.
ではロズベルグ教が望んでいるとしても、神が
Wait, what?
望んでいないとすれば？
What does he mean exactly?
ロズベルグ教が言うには、神託の聖女はまだブルローネを出てはいけないらしいな。一体どういうことなのか。こんな危険な町にとどまれとは。
I feel like you can't have a Christian dating sim. It sort of goes against the fundamental idea of Christianity to no sex or even really romance in a lot of cases without marriage. Also, no polygamy, which dating sims definitely support. Exactly, I was thinking that. Although, in a lot of otome games, they tend to be pretty innocent. So there's usually, like, there might be romance before marriage, but, like, any of the steamier content tends to be either not included at all or, like, glossed over a lot. Like, it's not the focus. But yeah, I definitely agree. Like in Dante's Route, they actually had premarital sex, and that the guy that was like coded as being an angel was like, "Good for you, buddy. Here's a present." Like, not very Christian. But yeah, it would be hard.
神託は彼女はまだこの町から動くべきではないと。
Yeah, there's a lot of non-sexual otome games compared to other ones. Yeah, like the standard usually is not very sexual. It's like innocent romance. It's about pure love for people without sexual things.
この地で平和のために死ねと。
Wait,
神
what?
は仰せになっているのかもしれ
This
ない。
escalated quickly. Why do we have to die here?
無垢な乙女が一人犠牲になれば、人々の心は動くだろう。
Huh?
この町の状況を変えねばならんと思うはずだ。
I mean, he's not wrong, but still.
聖人の多くは死んで名を残してきた。その娘も神の身元に招かれているのかもしれんな。
I mean, again, he's not wrong. Saints usually have to be dead first before they're canonized, but still, I'm not agreeing to this. Jan was out of his mind, but what he said was not inconsistent with the church's teachings. Yeah, but the prophecy just said that we'll put an end to the conflict and that we have to remain here. It didn't say anything about death. The bishop might not be evil. He could just have Alzheimer's or something. Bishops are, after all, not really supposed to retire. It's until death do you part, much like marriage. Yeah, but I don't know. The way in like some of the other scenes, like the meanwhile stories and flashbacks and stuff, he seems like he's pretty greedy. I don't know. We'll have to see though. But I do think that we need to like convenient plot Alzheimer's. I mean, maybe. This storyline has been very weird so far. But I think that's what I mean. I feel like we need to meet Bishop Roseberg though and like have Lily meet him to learn more. Like at the moment I feel like we're just kind of stuck. At the moment Jan is like dictating the prophecy and what's happening. And as long as that's the case, Orlok's going to consistently butt heads with him. Orlok could not hide his irritation. Because, like, he's loyal to the bishop, not Jan. You seem very familiar with the history of the church. I didn't expect that from you.
業に入りては業に従えと言うだろう。イタリアでも似たような言葉があると聞いたが。
He's a lot more educated than I thought.
でも聖人に選ばれるのには審査がある。だからもしそう簡単に聖人になれるものじゃない。
Jan shrugged at Orlok's somewhat irrelevant words.
やれやれ。俺がここまであれこれと多様なシナリオを提案してやったというのに。
He's like, man, to think I spent all those hours imagining all the ways you could die.
どれもこれも嫌か。わがままも大概にしろ。
He's like, I understand that you don't want to die, but what about my ideas, guys?
そんなこと言われても。
What about all that brainstorming I did? Do you really want that to be for nothing?
では、また少し趣旨を変えるか。
Honestly, Jan is being unexpectedly reasonable. Or not. Never mind. Oh my gosh, hi Lost! Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the raid. I saw you playing Dead by Daylight earlier. Where's the raid? I'm lost. Hi, thank you so much for raiding. Hang on, let me give you a shout out in the chat. SO lost underscore. Better make sure I spell it correctly. Oh, and thank you so much for following Celestial Dreamer. Is it spelled correctly? Yeah. Jan, yes, so we're actually in Orlok's route at the moment. Actually, who else have I got in chat who streams? We've got Belos, so let me do shout out to Belos Jams. Belos Jams. Yes, I saw you playing. You've got Pokemon Scarlet, right? Because I have a Hoppip named after me, which was very exciting. And Celestial Dreamer. I assume Celestial Dreamer, you were also playing Dead by Daylight? the Celestial Dreamer. Did that work? Oh no, did I not do it right? The Celestial Dreamer. I thought I did that correctly. But yeah, I assume you two were playing Dead by Daylight together. I also would be too scared to play that by myself. Did the Switch crash? Oh no, it's just there's no music at the moment. But yeah, we're playing Orlok's route at the moment. A lot has happened. We were kidnapped. Orlok punched a nun, but for some reason that was immediately forgiven. He is very cute, so I can see why. There's been a lot of gunfight. Nicola died. That was unexpected. I played it by myself actually, but she was there in chat for emotional support. Oh, okay, fair enough. How did that go? And now we're trying to organize a plan with Jan about how to like use Lily to end the conflict in Bologna. And so Jan seems very like set on the idea of Lily becoming a martyr. But yes, my boy Orlok, I love him so far. Like, I'm still dubious about him in some ways. I feel like he's been very brainwashed. And that there's going to be a lot of angst as all of those like entrenched beliefs are challenged. Like it's already started happening. But we'll see how it goes. It was interesting to watch her play. I know I saw you were streaming, but I think you started streaming after I did or around the same time, so I couldn't watch. It went surprisingly well. Did okay by myself. Yay, that's good. I've actually never played it before. I've watched people play it, but I haven't played it myself. I should give it a go at some point, but I'm too scared. Like earlier on, when Nicola was dying, I was legit like tearing up. I get very emotionally invested in things, so I find it hard to separate from horror games. But I guess that's part of the fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm also curious to see if Orlok will turn against Jan, because technically he's loyal to Bishop Roseberg, but Bishop Roseberg basically told him to go work for Jan, so...
動くなよ、オルロック。このまま首を折ることもできる。
Oh my god. It feels like we've been in bad situation after bad situation and it just keeps going further and further downhill. Like, I still have no idea how we're going to turn this around. I shook in fear, sensing the seriousness of his grip. Man's getting aggressive. I know. I literally just said he's being surprisingly reasonable about this because he was actually changing his mind and like coming up with different ideas, but no, he's just ruined it by threatening me instead. Orlok's route had me feeling so bad. His tragic ending is the first time I really cried in an otome. Yeah, I've heard that his tragic ending is actually very bad. Why did the music get steamy? I mean, listen, there's a lot of people who play otome games that would be very into Jan putting his hands around their neck.
神を信じない愚かなラオ州の首領が信託の示した女を殺した。
You know what?
そうなれば信心深い町の連中はどう思う？
どうって今
Where did Lan come
町の
from?
連中はラオ州のこと神に選ばれた組織だって思い
Yeah, I'm very
始めてるよ
confused
ね。
about this plan. I think Jan just really wants to murder Lily, and he's coming up with excuses.
だってうちには聖女様がいるしね。
I'm glad Lan and Faye are like, maybe we don't murder her though.
今回うちを攻撃したファルツォーネに不満を覚えるやつも出てくるはずだよ。
If the saint is killed, the people will turn on the Lao Shu. But why would that benefit Jan and Bishop Roseberg? What is his
正
plan?
解だ。 やはりラオ州は神をも恐れぬ非道の組織として憎まれるだろう。
Then what does that achieve for you? I'm so confused.
そしてお前は悲劇の乙女になる。哀れまれ、痛まれ、伝説になる。
I'd like to stay, but I have to get dinner. I may come back to like depending on if you're still streaming. That's totally fine. I hope you enjoy your dinner. Yeah, I don't know how much longer I'll be streaming for, but yeah, enjoy your food.
そうなれば人間は信仰に救いを求める。ロズベルグ教が都合のいい作り話でこの町を丸め込みやすい状況が整うわけだ。
And thank you for the raid again. I'm glad you enjoyed Dead by Daylight. But I was just confused about like what does Jan gain from this, from throwing himself under the bus for Bishop Roseberg's sake?
作り
Oh no, Orlok, my boy. Bishops don't always tell the truth. People for any of the mafia anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Jan's words took Orlok by surprise. All for the family. I don't feel like Jan's like that though. Oh, Orlok, no. I knew this was going to happen at some point. My buddy, it was so obvious from the beginning that the bishop didn't actually get a prophecy. He's just trying to take control of the city.
信託だろうがなんだろうが、神の名のもとに虚言を漏し、人々を騙すことはたやすい。
This is a rough time for Orlok. Faith is being very shaken right now.
何より目に見える敵がいれば、話はより簡単になるものだ。
Yeah, but why make that the Lao shoot?
ロズベルグ教のために、俺がその敵になってやってもいいか？
Thank you for the shout out I got. Oh, that's okay. I keep forgetting. Like, I know when I was in your stream, you gave me a shout out, and sometimes other people do as well. And I just always forget in my own streams. But yeah, I'm happy I remembered this time. What does Jan get for sacrificing himself for the sake of the bishop? I guess if they still have some sort of partnership, he'll get like a cut from the success, maybe? Oh, Orlok, buddy. Orlok was clearly upset. He looked like a confused child. Oh.
それに、ヤンにとっても人々の敵に回る利点はないはず。
Wow, his voice actor is great.
ヤンの行動には矛盾しかない。
Oh, Vin Diesel in this game. I mean, all the mafia are a bit like that. I mean, the bishop did try and take over the city, but he's controlling all of it since he was a child and doesn't seem to have taken advantage of him, so still better. Oh dear. Jan wasn't flinching a bit as he watched the exasperated Orlok mutter to himself. Yeah, I don't know exactly. I feel like Orlok has been very brainwashed. The mafia learned from Vin Diesel.
面白ければ構わん。敵は強ければ強いほどいい。ファルツオーネよりロズベルグを、峡谷を、何よりオルロック。お前を敵に回した方が面白いかもしれん。
Oh, you know what? I was about to say, like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, maybe he'll get a bit of a cut from Bishop Roseberg's, like, income from taking over the city or whatever. But I forgot. See, looking at Jan's face right now, I remembered the most important thing about him is that he doesn't make any sense because he's perpetually bored and that he's probably just excited about this because it will be more fun than sitting around. Like, he doesn't want to win. That's boring.
さあ、どうだ？お前たちは今、俺に試されている。
Testing you? He's truly mad. See, that was the most important thing that I forgot while trying to work out what Jan's intentions are. I couldn't comprehend what was going through his mind. His grip didn't loosen a single bit. Wait, he's been choking us this whole time? If what he said was all true, then he may be serious about killing me. What should I do? Wait, don't make me actually choose. I have no idea what to do right now. Damn, and she hasn't... I know, right? I don't think I should run. He's literally got his hands around my neck. How am I going to escape? But I also don't want to be compliant necessarily. Oh, what do I even do? Is Jan going to be like so messed up that like us trying to defy him is actually what he wants from us right now? Or is he actually testing our loyalty? I don't know what to choose. This game is too hard. I don't think I can run. So the only benefit to picking run would be to show that we're being defiant. but I don't think it would be successful. Maybe I should just be compliant for now and then figure out what to do later when Yun isn't discussing my murder. Yun is dead serious. Depending on what we say, he'll probably kill me right here and now. I'd better not fight him for now. Even if I wanted to, I was too frightened to move. I sensed Yun smiling behind me. See? I was like, this is clearly the smart choice, but maybe he wants me to entertain him. Like, what do I do with Yun? He's too difficult to understand. Oh, Orlok. It seemed Orlok couldn't make his move either. It's new for him, and if you don't struggle... Yeah, I don't know what I'm meant to do. I need to say something. If I don't, he may kill me outright. His first suggestion was to deceive the people. The other was to kill me. Maybe I can suggest something else, but what? After some thought, oh my god. Don't tell me... Stop giving me these choices. I don't want to choose. This is too hard. Okay, so I think we were compliant. And he was like, wise but boring, right? And look at how bored he looks right now. I feel like if I bore him again, that's gonna be bad. Maybe this time I should try and be a little defiant. I want you to hear me out. See, this seems okay so far. He joyfully replied in a playful tone. I calmed myself and took a breath. I don't want to be used by you. I also don't want to deceive the people. I still can't fathom how I could possibly be this holy person everyone thinks I am. Where is she going with this? So there's no way I can convince others to listen to me on false authority. Yun's smile widened. Okay, I feel like this was the correct choice, even though I still have no idea what her plan is. It seemed like I had his attention. His face. Seeing all these choices makes me want to do another Cyberpunk ending today. I actually never got that far into Cyberpunk. I only played a little bit of it, but it's one of those things that I've been wanting to pick up again. I mean, I don't think I do believe in Roseberg's prophecy. He seems super dodgy. I tried my best to steady my trembling voice. My being with Orlok has nothing to do with the prophecy. Kill the people and kiss you. Yeah, I mean, that sounds about right. It's just that he's the person I trust the most now. Wait, Faye just straight up admits none of us are good people. I've been fucking around in it for ages, so I'm OP, and it started the end story the other day. Got, I think 3 endings left. Okay. Yeah, no, I didn't play very much. I honestly sucked at driving for some reason. I really struggled with just driving around. At least someone's honest, right? At least they're self-aware. Wait, Lan as well? Especially Yan, don't trust him. Nah, the driving is bad in the game, even if you're used to it. Okay, that makes me feel a bit better. I hesitantly continued. I don't want to die yet. I haven't done anything worthy of becoming a saint. True, don't you have to perform like 3 miracles or something in your lifetime to be canonized? I am a normal person, not a legend, which is why I'm scared of dying. Like, if she died right now, she wouldn't meet the criteria, I think. I took a deep breath after expressing my honest feelings. I heard Yan chuckling near me. He then removed his hand from my neck. Aww. Wait, what? Oops, I cut him off. Orlok quickly came to me and held me up by the shoulders. Yes, I'm fine. I think maybe he wasn't squeezing, otherwise we wouldn't have been able to speak. He just had his hand there. Like Shigaraki in My Hero Academia when he was threatening Deku. I couldn't get myself to stand up straight. My legs were shaking with fear. Orlok supported me firmly so that I wouldn't fall to my knees.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy for him to say now. Orlok glared intensely at Yan, but it didn't seem to faze him. Plus, you can talk if you're being choked properly anyway. Wait, you can talk if you're being choked properly? As in, like, not actually cutting off the windpipe, just putting pressure on.
当然ラオ州がその通りに動いてやる義理などない。何をすべきかはこちらで決める。お前たちはおとなしくしていろ。
Oh, proper choking is blocking, but oh, you mean like for actual like choking someone purposes, like trying to make them unconscious. I thought you meant in like the bedroom sense by holding down the arteries. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's if you're actually wanting to knock someone unconscious, but if you're doing it in the bedroom, that's the opposite. You don't want to press on the arteries. Actually, 3 people have to have a miracle granted upon them from praying to you after death. Oh, okay. I knew number 3 was involved. The artery one? I thought you weren't meant to press on the artery because then that like blocks blood flow to the brain and knocks them out. Never touch the windpipe. No, you don't want to like crush it, but like put a bit of pressure on the neck. But I thought you were supposed to avoid the arteries. I don't want to be unconscious. Orlok glared again at Yan. Okay. With Orlok helping me walk straight, we somehow made it out alive. The idea of the saint is that you don't have to wait in purgatory, you go directly to heaven and thus can directly answer prayers. Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, I wasn't raised in a Christian environment, so I don't know that much about Christianity, to be honest.
あいつら、ヤンの脅しにビビってましたね。
脅し？何のことだ？
え？何のって？え？
あれ？本気で？
Now that's why it's so dangerous. That's why you have to practice it with your partner. You learn how the body reacts and the limits of what's safe. Yeah, that makes sense. The smiles from the men were wiped clear from their faces.
好機は与えてやった。多少は楽しませてくれるといいが。
The opportunity? What do you mean? I don't understand this man. With Orlok helping me walk straight, we somehow wait, what? We somehow made it out alive.
ヤンは悪魔だ。
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Orlok was very tense, his guard still up after our encounter with Yan.
あんなことが言えるなんて、神をも恐れてない証拠だ。神の存在を、神の加護を、全く信じてない。
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was pretty obvious, but poor Orlok, look at his big eyes, he's so innocent. Right, he was serious back there. I was sure Yan would have killed me if I hadn't reacted how he wanted me to. Did we actually react how he wanted us to, though? I'm still not sure about the first one.
さっきは本物だった。
Man really looks like a man-child? Yeah, I think it's done on purpose because he's meant to be innocent and naive, so they've deliberately made him look younger.
あなたが冷静に応じてくれてよかった。
Just the thought of my life at stake was giving me chills. True, we've been in a lot of danger recently.
ヤンは自分が恨まれることはもちろん、ラオ州が滅ぶことも恐れてなかった。
I'm glad at least they're on the same page now, that Yan is just an enigma. And he's very untrustworthy. So like we should take everything he says with a grain of salt.
もしかしたら自分が死ぬことさえどうだっていいのかも。
Yeah, I don't think he does. I think Yan just wants to have fun.
そうとしか思えない。
Some people just want to watch the world burn, you know? But that's fine. I'm into that as like a character archetype.
リリー、俺何か変なこと言った？
He definitely makes for an interesting character. And he's a great excuse to stir up the plot. Fire is pretty fun. The idea of censoring miracles in their life mostly comes from the fact that a lot of pagan gods were turned into saints. So the Catholic Church didn't have to totally... Oh, you mean pagan gods? Yeah, yeah. Ah, interesting. Yeah, I knew about that. Or they, like, said they were, like, kings and queens and stuff rather than deities. Well, no. I'm sorry. It's just that I'm remembering what happened, and it's scaring me. Oh, is he gonna hug? I feel like we could do with a hug right now. How could I forget what happened? I felt Jan's fingers wrapped around my neck. Ayy, fear descended upon me, realizing how close I was to death.
ごめんなさい。俺が間違ってた。
Aww. Orlok hurriedly held my hand with both of his and squeezed it tightly. Orlok?
今まで俺たちは陛下の指示でラオ州にとどまってたけど、
I feel like he's close to realizing that the bishop is not trustworthy.
陛下はヤンという人間をよく知らない。
Oh no, we're so close. He's starting to doubt the situation. He just hasn't quite made the final leap to realizing that the bishop knows exactly who Yan is. He's just doing this anyway.
あんな人間がこの世にいるなんて。
Oh no.
陛下だって思いもしなかったと思う。
With a strong resolve in his eyes, Orlok spoke to me boldly.
リリー、今すぐここを離れよう。
Wait, are we actually eloping? Huh?
あな
Well,
た
I
は
mean,
ヤ
they're
ンの
not in
近
love
くに
yet, but still.
置いておけない。
Hell yeah, I think we should leave. I'd love to leave if I can, but the Lao Shu will come after us. True. The Falzone family's looking for us too, right? And now the Visconti's involved because of all the stuff that happened at the casino.
大丈夫。もし見つかっても、
Aww.
俺はあなたを守って逃げ切る自信があ
I
る。
mean, he is very OP, but I don't know if he's like so OP that he could take on all 3 mafia families and win. Orlok, especially not protecting Lily. Maybe if it was just him, he could. But Lily's not fast enough to dodge bullets. At some point, he's going to have to take a bullet for her. I knew it wasn't all talk, as he had more than enough power to make that happen. His previous battles have proven that. Oh, it is so windy and rainy outside. Seeing that I wasn't responding, Orlok hesitantly began to speak.
もちろん、俺も好き好んで人を傷つけたいわけじゃない。あなたがそういうことを嫌うのは知ってる。神も望んでないと思う。
Now it's raining as well. If there's a way to find a resolution without harming anyone, that would be best. Orlok's strength was very assuring, but relying on him meant that he would have to fight again. I want to avoid as much conflict as possible. In any case, I didn't want to remain here any longer. Orlok must have sensed what was going through my mind. Wait, are we actually escaping?
動くなら早い方がいい。
Ooh.
今夜は月が隠れてる。
I was not expecting that.
後で迎えに来るから、あなたは外に出る用意をして待ってて。
Is this what Yan meant by saying he gave them an opportunity? Okay. I nodded in agreement. I could feel my heart beating rapidly. Wait, they actually are escaping. It was late at night. We made our escape surprisingly easily from the Lao Shu's headquarters. Yeah, that's because Yan knew you were going to do this. Orlok led me through the silent Veleno streets. Wait, the unsettling music is
気づかれ
playing.
てない。でも、念のためもう少し先で裏路地に入ろう。
This feels bad. I don't know. I'm scared. The eerie music is playing. Something didn't feel right. I turned around to look back at the Lao Shu's headquarters. Yeah, this is way too easy.
大丈夫。追っ手の気配はない。
Or maybe something's gonna happen. Yeah, I don't know why Yan would want them to do this though. Like,
隠れてるわけじゃなくて、
mm,
本当にこの辺りには誰もいない。
yeah, he's letting them leave, but I don't know why. Perhaps it was because it was late at night. No. Come to think of it, we hadn't necessarily been watched constantly before. Even so, it was too quiet. I didn't hear a single soul around.
あなたの考えてることは
Yes.
わかる。あんなことがあった直後なのに、不自然なくらい、いつも通りだった。
Yeah, right? Because, like, they started to show signs of dissent against Yan. Like, normally that would mean he would increase surveillance of them.
部屋でおとなしくしてろって言いながら、全く見張りをつけないなんて、俺も予想外だった。
He can... Hmm? Oh, he can princess carry you while he dodge bullets. True, he did actually do that. That's a good point. Meanwhile story. Results? Who is it gonna be? Yan? Wait, Orlok said he couldn't sense anyone, but this is definitely the same alley that we're in.
久々にあいつらと顔を合わせるか。
Meet them?
あれだけ煽っておいたのだから、誰も彼もが動き出す頃合いだろう。事実、すでにファルツォーネは動いた。
Wait, what is happening? I like how they do the scene transitions. Yeah, me too.
しかし、オルロックは予想以上の成果を上げてくれたな。
I like the whole film noir vibe.
フランチェスカと遊んでもみたかったが。
So he did die. Because with all the talk about miracles, I was like, are they setting up to potentially have him survive? But I think he definitely died.
どちらにしろ、こんなところで死ぬ程度の男に用はない。
Still don't know how we resolve this situation. Like I said, Dante's not going to give in. Not after Orlok killed his dad and his best friend slash brother. All I ask is to be entertained. Yeah, there we go. That's Yun's personality in a nutshell. What are they going to do? How do we win this? I wonder if they're letting us run.
まさかそんなはず。
Orlok's sunken tone betrayed that he might not believe what he was saying. Yeah, it seems suspicious, but I don't know why. We quickly made our way out of Milano, reaching Crater before the sun rose. What is this place? I looked around the room where Orlok brought us. It was a very empty and uninhabited room.
ここは俺が確保してた隠れ家。
Orlok answered my question while getting the fire started in the fireplace. It's just a book.
俺はブルローネで情報屋として生活してたから。その活動拠点として生活にここを使ってた。
Interesting. You were an informant? Come to think of it, Lan and Faye did mention it before.
俺は使徒としてブルローネの動向に詳しくなる必要があったから。それにこの職業ならマフィアの懐にも入りやすい。
But why here in Crater? Wait, so Crater is the Visconti territory.
クレタはブルローネの外から来る人が住みやすい場所だから。自然と人の出入りも多くなる。
Wait, because there's a lot of
俺も
foreigners.
入り込みやすかった。ここもしばらくは見つからないはず。
For now. I understood it was impossible to hide oneself completely from the Mafia. Just thinking that they would find us one day was making my stomach churn.
よし。できた。
Aw. The fire. Oh, it's actually kind of cute. A dim fire lit the room. The relentless chill of the night was pushed back to the darkened corners. That's actually a really nice sentence. I'm going to screenshot that. I felt a bit of warmth in the air now, which was rather calming.
リリー、聞いてほしいことがある。
What's he gonna say? Speaking my name, he knelt in front of me like he did before. Aww. What is it?
俺は俺の全てをあなたに捧げるつもり。
He said this before as well, but like slightly different wording.
あなたに。
His voice and his eyes showed how serious he was about it. I was surprised by a sudden promise, but I didn't want to waste his heartfelt approach. I chose my words carefully. When you say your very self, does that also mean your life? Orlok nodded. Aww.
ラオ州の元を離れることになったけど。
But I feel like at the moment, the reason why he's saying this is because of who she is, like as the saint or the prophesized person. Like I feel like at some point we have to transition from pledging himself to her because she's a holy person to pledging himself to her because he loves her.
あの組織の手を借りなくても、俺は必ずあなたを守ってみせる。
Which I imagine will happen when he has an inevitable crisis of faith when he finds out about Bishop Roseberg lying about everything.
それがこの町の人々のためになると思う。
Orlok. His pure eyes stared intently at me. But Orlok is only protecting me because, oh, here we go. I looked right back at him. I'm not special at all. I highly doubt I have the power to stop the conflict among the families here. I really don't think I'm worth your life.
そんなことない。あなたはヤンに対しても実感がないって言ってたけど、芸家が受けた信託は絶対だから。
Orlok.
あなたは特別な存在。あなたに自覚がなくても間違いない。芸家は素晴らしい人だから。
Orlok's eyes glimmered brightly as he boldly stated those words as fact. Oh no, yeah. Oh, buddy. It seems like nothing I say will make Orlok change his way of thinking. Yeah, we need to prove that Bishop Roseberg is lying. Like, we need to catch him doing something dodgy, and Orlok needs to witness it, I think. Suddenly, I recalled what Jan said earlier.
正解だ。 やはりラオシュウは神をも恐れぬ非道の組織として憎まれるだろう。そしてお前は悲劇の乙女になる。哀れまれ、痛まれ、伝説になる。
Just go to Germany, I'm sure there's at least one other blind person there.
そうなれば人間は信仰に救いを求める。ロズベルグ教が
Yeah.
都合のいい作り話でこの町を丸め込みやすい状況が整うわけだ。
Oops. Seems like Jan doesn't believe in the prophecy from Bishop Roseberg. That's because it's not real. There was something I never shared with Orlok. I had my doubts about Bishop Roseberg the moment I discovered he was working with the Lao Shu. Maybe it's just me, but even if Bishop Roseberg was respected by everyone, I'd never met him myself. I didn't know him enough to dismiss the doubts in my mind.
リリー、そろそろ休んで。あなたも今日は疲れたと思う。だけど、ごめんなさい。この部屋は俺が一人で使ってたから。誰かを連れてくることになると思ってなくて。ベッドも置いてない。
He needs to take better care of himself. He's like, I don't bother to sleep in a bed, I just like curl up on the floor, and also I only eat when I'm like on the brink of starvation.
俺普段は床で寝てた。
Buddy. I knew Orlok didn't have much interest in food, but it seemed that he also didn't have much interest in general needs that most others cared about.
少し待ってて。何かあるかもしれない。
Could use his hoodie. Orlok searched the room thoroughly, but he returned with a sad look on his face, along with a single blanket in hand. Wait, it's okay. We can share the blanket.
ごめんなさい。これくらいしか。
That's okay, we can share it.
クッションもあるけど、毛布もあまり綺麗じゃなくて。
Oh no, I'm glad you found something. It's quite cold tonight after all. Where's yours?
俺は何もいらない。これくらいなら平気。
Cuddle for warmth.
慣れてる。明日もっときちんとしたものを用意するから、今日だけ我慢してほしい。
It's fine, we'll just have to share body heat. Well, I took the cushions and lined them in front of the fireplace. I sat on one with the blanket in hand. I don't think I can sleep tonight with all that's happened. They are gonna cuddle. How about we share the blanket, if you don't mind chatting a bit? I patted the cushion next to me and beckoned Orlok to sit down. Cute! Oh, he's so awkward and shy. You don't have anything planned, do you? I'd be glad if you could talk with me. Oh, and we'd also be warmer together, right? Hey, that's what I said! Mr. Bashful. True, he's so cute. He hasn't blushed properly yet, though. We need a proper blushy face.
わかった。そうする。
His eyes are so pretty. Orlok hesitated for a moment, but soon took off his coat and sat next to me. I draped the blanket gently around our shoulders. CG? Hell yeah. Oh, this is cute. Look at how pretty he is. The coldness of the room was no match for the warmth from the fire and the two of us. Orlok? Thank you for protecting me. Oh, this is too cute. I love CG scenes. So that's what the MC looks like, yeah. So she has blonde hair, but she's also got green eyes. She's always very cute though. She often has a different outfit in each CG. And her hair will be slightly different, but she's always very cute. Like, I love the beads in her hair. And the ribbon. I appreciate everything you've done, not only today.
あなたを守るのは俺の使命だから。当然のことをしてるだけなのに、お礼なんて。
But if you weren't with me, I'd probably be dead by now. Thank you so much. You can't imagine my appreciation of you.
リリー。俺は失敗ばかりだけど、こんな俺でも役に立ってるって言ってくれるなら、俺は。
I like that he uses aura even though he's clearly baby boy. The fire flickered its light over us as we looked at each other. Orlok, you've protected me and always believed I was someone special. I can tell you always put me first in your mind. I'm still not sure who I really am, but I still appreciate what you've done for me. Thank you. I expressed my thanks to him in my own words. Orlok fixed his eyes on me.
俺はこれからもずっとあなたを守る。あなたに自覚がなかったとしても、俺にはわかる。
I like that they're setting this up for him to be like, maybe you're not the person in the prophecy or the prophecy isn't real or whatever, but you're still special, and like, because he likes her, like she's special to him. I feel like that's a potential way they could like bring that around once he gets over all of this crisis of faith stuff.
信託が示したのが
Aww.
リリーでよかった。
There we go. See, we're setting it up already. He's liking her for her instead of just the fact that she's chosen. His breath caressed me as he spoke.
使徒としての任務はいつも一人きりで何をしても満たされることがなかった。
Orlok's expression and demeanor was the same as usual, but I felt that he was about to tell me something he wouldn't normally disclose.
俺は幸せというもの自体
Aww.
よくわからないけど
When you're so angsty that you don't even know what happiness is.
少なくとも自分のことを幸せだと思ったことはなかった。もちろん不幸せだと思ったこともないけど。
Not to be mean, but have you done anything this game or just had things just happen to you? I feel like Lily's done a little bit, but she tends to participate in stuff through what she says rather than what she does because, like, she's kind of out of her depth at the moment.
俺のことを拾ってくれる人がいた。
But in Dante's route, she
俺は恵まれてる。
Yeah, look, he was an orphan who was picked by the church. But yeah, in Dante's route, she did have a few opportunities too, and I imagine she will in Orlok's route, but probably a bit later on. But I mean, that's not uncommon because these games, like otome games, are often designed to have passive protagonists so that the player can imagine themselves in the protagonist's shoes. And like most people who play the games are just ordinary people. They're not necessarily trained in mafia stuff. And like every time the character says or does something, it can potentially ruin the immersion for the player if they are imagining themselves in that position. Because if the character does or says something that's different from what the player would do, then it kind of ruins that. So I think it's by design. I don't mind games that have more established protagonists who are a bit more active in the story. But often it is like this where you just kind of like watch it unfold a bit more. What do you mean?
そう。ロズベルグ教が俺を
I
拾っ
thought
て
that might be the case.
育ててくれた。
This is basically his dad, and he also kind of worships him. This is so complicated.
芸家のおかげで今がある。
Oh. Orlok.
ちゃんとこの世に生を受けただけ幸せなんだと理解してる。
Orlok looked up as if reminiscing about the good old days. Orlok basically... Bishop Roseberg is basically his dad, but Bishop Roseberg referred to Orlok as it.
あなたも教会の子供たちも本当に幸せそうに笑ってた。
Oh.
俺はあんな風に笑えない。そのことは俺自身よくわかってる。
Maybe not yet, but we can change that. He'd probably lived a life devoid of any happiness.
今まで自分から望んで何かしたいって思うことはなかった。けど今は心から俺の意志であなたを守りたいと思える。そんな風に感じてるって気づいた。
Cute. That's a new facial expression. Orlok looked at me again and gave a small smile. The feels are revealed. They are. This is cute. His expression didn't change much, but I could tell he was a bit embarrassed.
使命だから守らなければならないとか。
Are we doing this already?
そういうことだけじゃなくて。
Orlok's route has moved so fast. Orlok stopped for a moment. He seemed hesitant to continue. He then took a breath and spoke.
俺はあなたの笑顔を見るのが好き。
Cute.
あなたの笑顔を見ると胸が少し痛いような。でも、すごく心地いいような。
I feel like there's a word for this. There's a word for this feeling.
きっと満たされるって。
I wouldn't say satisfied.
こういうことなんだろうな。
Is the word I was thinking of. there's a different word beginning with L. Orlok thinks of me like that? Is it because he believes I'm holy? No, he just said that that's not it. Or...
どうかした?
Orlok looked at me after noticing that I wasn't responding to him. I wonder if I can ask him a question. Do it, do it. After giving it some thought, I'm gonna ask him. Must be the word like. Yeah, that's definitely the one I was thinking of. No, it's the other L word. Ask him a question. Do you mind if I ask you something? What do you, why do you think of me that way?
それは多分俺はあなたのことが好きなんだと思う。
Hold on, he actually did say it? Like?
うん。好き。
To be fair, ski can be interpreted as like or love. That might just be a guy response. Oh, I see. Wait, that's not how you respond to that. He's like, I like you. And she's like, interesting. His quick and honest response caught me off guard. I was not expecting him to say it. I thought we were going to have a lot longer of him being like, what is this strange feeling in my chest? The matter-of-fact tone of his response made me realize something. Orlok's like probably doesn't mean that kind of like. What? Why not? Because he's too innocent? It's probably the same like the kids use. I think we're likening him to a child a little bit too much. I looked at Orlok as I mulled over his reply. I wonder what kind of childhood Orlok had. Are we his mother figure now? I don't want that. Had he often offered his life for the sake of fulfilling the missions assigned to him? Ah, yeah, she really treating him like a kid. She is. Don't kids own him? Since when? For how long? Pain surged through my heart, thinking about his childhood.
リリー、どうかした?
Oh, that was so gentle. Unable to word my questions right, I simply closed my eyes and leaned on him.
眠ったの?
He's so sweet. He whispered to me, but I didn't answer. What is the Minos? Oh no, funeral? Yeah, okay, I think this is confirming Nicola really did die. The sky was bright and cloudless. The funeral of the Falzone family's underboss, Nicola Francesca, was about to end. The coffin was now closed. Leo did his best to hold his tears back, but not anymore. Oh.
Nicola-san! Nicola-san!
So you don't want him to call you mummy? No!
こんなニコラさんは死なないって
俺 Oh, Leo. Leo's not allowed to be sad.
ニコラ坊ちゃん
What, Julia?
どうしてこんなことに
Oh. The game was like, I don't think we made you sad enough about Nicola's death, so here's a little bit more angst. Julia, who had known us since childhood, sobbed inconsolably with grief. Everyone here came to see him off. Some couldn't hide their tears, while others shook in anger, but they were all struggling to face reality. This is really brutal. The funeral proceeded quietly. Nicola Francesco was now asleep in Bologna's church, seen off by his family. See, how do we come back from that? Upon returning to the manor, I immediately headed to my desk. For the time being, I'd need to handle all the work my underboss had been taking care of. Honestly, I've seen Nicola die a few times now. He gets the short end of the stick a lot.
ニコラは今までこれほどの仕事を処理していたのか。
I realized again the magnitude of his existence. I had no time to wallow in sorrow. All I could feel now was pain.
ニコラは最後まで俺のことを案じていた。あの誓いは果たさなければならない。だから、俺は一人でも。
I needed to fulfill my role as the boss of the Falzone family. In the name of the Falzone, I wouldn't allow that murderer to escape. Like I said, what do we do now? Dante's not going to back down from this. At some point, we're going to have to defeat him. I felt tears beginning to fill my eyes. What I wanted now was to take in his warmth. Ayy. Chapter 5. So this game seems like a tragedy porn, so I don't think it's really my cup of tea. Yeah, it's definitely milking a lot of the angst. Not all of it is like that, honestly. Orlok's route has just been much more intense. Dante's route was very different. It was like, up until about like the last third of the route, it was very chill. It was just like more like a slice of life thing. Like we were just hanging out with Dante in his manor and like the servants and stuff. And then it got pretty dramatic towards the end, especially in some of the other endings. But like his best ending was like pretty whimsical considering the situation. There was a bit of violence, but it wasn't that tragic. And his like tragic ending wasn't actually that bad, not compared to some of the other endings I've heard about. So yeah, I think Orlok's route is definitely much more angsty. Dante's route was much more traditional romance in my opinion. But it's actually lunchtime for me, so I'm gonna see who is streaming and see if we can raid somebody. I think I saw Lottie was streaming earlier. She's still going. Looks like it. She's playing Token Rambu Warriors. I've seen that game, but I haven't played it myself. Maybe we'll raid Lottie. Let me go... Wait, where's the... Oh, here it is. Raid Lottie. So Lottie Starshot is a magical girl VTuber who plays a lot of like otome and similar games. So Token Rambu Warriors isn't an otome game, but it features a lot of attractive men. It's more of like a battle type game. So yeah, thank you everybody for showing up and hanging out while we romanced more of Orlok. We're up to chapter 5 now, and the story branches in chapter 7 or 8, I think, so we're actually making pretty decent progress. And I'm actually really enjoying it so far. I like angsty romance, and there's been a lot of that so far. Orlok is very cute, but I'm interested to see how he copes when we realize that Bishop Roseberg is not a good person. So I'm going to start the raid. And obviously thank you everybody as well for following and subscribing and that kind of thing. I appreciate it a lot. And I will see you all soon. Just make sure that that is working. Alright, see you guys.